right, hi guys, it's me. We forgot to do this on the episode, so we're gonna front log you right now. Next week is the second installment of the Death Metal Talk episode with Nate. So the records we have picked out, Bill is going with Unhallowed, the first Black Dahlia Murder record. The song he is picking for you guys to check out if you don't want to listen to the whole thing, but you totally should listen to all three of these records because they all slap.
Not worth it.
What was your song? Closed Casket Requiem?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that is a sick song. Listen to it. Nate's going with At the Gate, Slaughter the Soul, classic record. Most of you guys, I would hope, have probably heard it. If not, definitely listen to it.
I know of its existence.
He didn't pick out a song for us because we forgot to ask him, so I'm just picking out one for him, and then he'll be like, why'd you do that? So
apparently it's not track 4 or 6. But,
no. I'm going to go with the first one, Blinded by Fear, because that was like...
Boo.
Yeah, that was the first song, and it had a music video and shit. It was big, and it's like, it totally eclipses that record. Like, that's it. But
sounds lame.
And then I'm picking the latest record by Decrepit Birth, Axis Mundi, however you want to say it. I don't know how to say it right. But it's sick. And the song I think I'm going to have everybody listen to is
track 3.
Hieroglyphic. It's cool. I think it's a good representation of the record. It was the second single on it. And check out that song. But you should check out all these records. So we got Unhallowed by Black Dahlia Murder, Slaughter of the Soul by At the Gates, and Axis Mundi by Decrepit Birth. Thanks, guys. And here's our episode with Megan.
Dave hates you right now.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
You can keep talking. It's fine.
It's not actually that interesting, though.
We're not that formal
Free
here.
domain, public domain shit. Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We're all here. It's me.
And me.
And our guest.
Me.
Yeah. Second time.
Yes.
Second time.
Round
Megan.
2.
One of the most talked about episodes is your episode. It was really funny. Like, a lot of people have come up. They're like, dude, the episode with Megan? Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, dude,
You know,
only
I
heard
hear
like a
that
bit
too.
of it. Yeah.
Definitely true. Yeah. All my like sane friends are always like, yeah, it was a good episode.
Oh.
But then all my friends that like
What about the ones that aren't sane?
disconjointed shit, they're always like, yeah, Alex is funny. Or like Ivan's and I'm trying to get Ivan and Alex to come on together.
The world would explode.
Yeah. What's going to happen in the either next week or the week
Room's not
after.
big enough for
I got to
the
hit
two
him
of them.
up. Yeah, I know.
So yeah, we were talking before. The last time you were on, Jason actually went on a date. But you don't remember any of it.
Nope,
That's
not
pretty
at all.
funny. So it didn't go that well.
I've been on probably a lot of dates since then.
I can only imagone.
What were some of the highlights?
Yeah, because you said you have stories. I'm excited.
Yeah, I got more lowlights than highlights.
Hey, man. Lights are lights.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of what I feel comfortable with telling on here and what I don't. I got a good one though. I'm fine with talking about here. So I was seeing somebody for a while. I might have already talked about this a little bit on here, but I don't remember. But I was talking to somebody and like, shit, we were seeing each other for a while. Like I thought I was going in a direction where I was gonna like maybe end up dating this person. I was like, oh shit, like
When was this?
that was a couple months ago now, maybe a month and a half ago now, a little over that now. I don't want to say the person's name, not that it's gonna matter, but like, yeah, we had like this person was just like kind of hard to like. I don't know where to begin with this shit. It's kind of a weird story. So this person struggles with depression, and like I get that, like I have too in the past, but it's very debilitating for them, and like I get it, and I don't have any disrespect towards that, but it was like she was really busy doing a lot of stuff in her life, so she didn't really have a lot of free time as it was, which is fine by me. I have enough shit to do, you know, like. But we went on a few dates. It was killer. Like I liked this person a lot. Thought she was cool. Thought she was funny. Thought she was super attractive, and we had made plans one day, and I had to kind of rearrange shit at work to make it work. And like, it was just a whole fucking day. And I wasn't having a good day the day this went down anyway. But she like bailed on me like an hour before we were supposed to meet up, and I was just like, oh fuck. Like normally,
did she have a good excuse, or was it just
the
like,
excuse was the excuse was the depression. The excuse was that like I'm not feeling like I'd be a good date today, and I get it. And she was just like, and she was being pretty like quiet-ish anyway, like for the last couple days before that. And I will preface this concept because it links to a lot of different stories. I feel like in modern dating is like when you're texting somebody a lot, there's like a flow to it, unfortunately. And like if you go from texting a person or communicating with them and then it goes to like not happening barely at all, people are going to notice that shit. You know, like people notice it depending on the dynamic.
Like texting me all the time.
Well, I mean, that's the whole. There's never any disappointment because I'll hear back from you.
I will always disappoint you.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh, well, I know what to expect with that. But like, yeah, I mean, it's just something that happens. So I noticed that she was kind of like backing off, and I was like, oh, okay, like.
And there was no like, oh, by the way, gonna be busy for the next couple of days because I used to do that. Just say,
I would say that
I'm kind of busy.
Yeah.
Work's going nutty. I'm not being an asshole. Just
I do the same shit
right now.
Yeah. But see, that's cool of you because a lot of people don't do that shit.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do that.
I am an adult.
If you think about it, people shouldn't like. They don't have to. It's like you text when you text.
No, it's a courtesy for
I do
sure,
the same shit where I'm just like, hey, like I'm gonna be busy doing this. I can't. I'll text you after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we're practicing or like I have something going on doing this shit, whatever it happens to be. So I'll kind of preface being like, hey, it might take a minute, but. It wasn't really bothering me at that point though, because I was like, all right, well, we still have plans. And then like they bailed an hour before, and it was just like I got kind of pissed about it. I was like, fuck, like I just went through like a little bit of hoops to kind of make this work, and now you're gonna bail an hour before on this. So it turned out our friends at Inferi were in town that same day, and they were staying with Adrian. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go fucking hang out with them. Like, great. And but she kind of sounded like. The way it was kind of worded seemed like that she wanted a little bit of space. So like, I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? I just kind of said like, all right, you do your thing. Like, no worries, And I kind of like left it alone. And for like a night, I was like, you know what? I'm like going to be hanging out with my friends. This person, like we could have seen each other, but they didn't want to. So I'm just going to kind of leave it be for a little bit. And like, I'll see what's cooking the next morning. So I did. I saw what was cooking the next morning, and it was not good. Not a good meal, I'll tell you that much. It was just kind of like, I was just like, hey,
It's a bad brunch.
Well, I kind of talked. I was like, hey, like, are you feeling okay today? And she was being like super short with me, like, yeah, blah, like, yes. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I was like, yeah, I'm sorry if yesterday was weird, but like, it seemed like, you weren't in a good spot. So I didn't want to kind of, I clearly communicated that I didn't want to like, keep this fake conversation going, especially when like I wasn't in a good mood either. And especially because I was already like going to be hanging, you know what I mean? It's like I was preoccupied and like I didn't have time to send paragraph. You know what I mean? Like text. It's just like, I didn't feel like doing it. Yeah. So.
Well, when someone says they need some space, you don't want to send them walls of text.
Right.
Yeah. Because that was the point was
she didn't.
I'm not in a good space. Yeah. I don't want to talk. I don't want to feel the pressure of talking. So
see, she didn't say that. She just said, because she didn't say I need some space. She just said, hey, listen, I'm not in a good place today. Like, do you mind if I bail? Like, I'm just not going to be a good day. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Figure it out. And or I just said like, okay. I was salty, so I was like, yeah, okay. Like, sure. And left it alone. And then like, sure enough, we were talking that day. She was like, she told me, I was like, what's going on? I was like, you're not even, cause like I picked up on the conversational pattern. I'm like, all right, why are you being so like short right now? And she was just like, she was like, to be honest, I'm really upset with you. Like what you did, like put me in even worse of a mood. And I was like, whoa, fuck. I was like, well, that was not my intention by any means. If anything, that's the opposite of my intention. Right. It was like to try and let you chill for a second. So, it was so fucking weird. Kind of it was like totally, And then she was just like, I think we should remove each other from social media. And I was just like,
yes. I do remember this now.
And I was just like, and that's where I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, we've followed each other on Instagram and I guess Facebook. And I was just like, what? I was like, we're not even, like, she wouldn't even talk to me about any of it. And I was just like, we've already been talking for a while. Like, we've hung out a couple times. I mean, we're not dating, so it's like, I get it. Like, we're not like a couple. Right. But it was just kind of like, really? You just want to like.
But there's also just something so strange about saying, unfollow me on social media. First
Yeah,
of all, you can just go unfollow somebody. It's not really that hard.
That's what I.
Second of all, I'm pretty sure I have people that I was talking to on online dating still in my Instagram. In fact, I know I do.
A shitload. Right. Yeah.
But he said, "Oh, they have a cute dog. I like your dog."
Yeah, it's like whatever. It's like but we're adults.
Really
this person is.
Really,
I should say this person is younger than me too. So maybe that's probably got something to do with it. But
she's a child. All right.
It was just fucking weird, and I was just like, that's what my reaction was. Just like, whoa. I was like, okay, so we're not even going to talk about this, like. And she was like, well, maybe sometime. And I was like, okay. And I was just like, well, listen, like, I don't feel any need to remove you from social media, but if you got to do that, like, by all means, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like,
go for it.
So shitty. So then a month goes by. And I get an ad from her on Instagram, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then like
that's like more awkward. Then
I get like she kind of like just talks to me like nothing happened, and then I'm like, "What the?" I was just like, "What are you doing?" Like, and we kind of
trying to like start it back up.
Yeah, and she apologized, and she was just like, "Hey, listen, like I'm really sorry about that. Like, it's been rough, and I don't know how to communicate on those levels, and like I'm trying to figure it out." I'm like, "Yeah, I said I was
picked
like
up on that." Yeah.
Well, I was like, I get it, and like I'm appreciate your apology on this. And she was just like, would you ever be open to seeing each other again? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, maybe. Like, I did like you a lot, but that was kind of concerning. But okay, maybe if. And it never happened. Like we went we went like a week and a half. We were talking, and it was just like basic small talk. No. It was basic, like, small talk. We just couldn't figure it. It was like nobody, like, she was never free. So I was just like, oh, well, what the fuck? Like, it was really weird. And it got to a point where we were kind of talking during the week, like, on and off. And, like, the conversation wasn't going anywhere, like, great. I was just kind of, like, doing it just out of pity, I think. And that was kind of dumb.
Sometimes you kind of want to not poke the bear again, but a little bit poking the bear. Like,
and then,
maybe this could work out.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, I went out and got super fucked up on a Saturday night, and I was like high as shit. Nice. And I got a text from her just saying like, hey, like, is this weird at all? And I kind of told her, I was like, yeah, it is kind of weird. I was just kind of like, honestly, like, I still don't know how I feel about this shit. Like, it feels like you're still not like, because we never really reached an understanding of what the fuck happened there. Mm-hmm. And I've been trying to do it, and I was just like, you're not picking up on it. Like, I was just like, honestly, like, this does feel a little weird. I still don't know how I feel about what went down earlier. And like, yeah, if you want the truth, that's it. I'm also unequipped to be handling a conversation like this right now, but that's what it was. Fair and enough. She tried to like argue with me, and I just said, listen, I was like, you're a cool person. I have nothing against you. I don't want to argue about this. I just don't think this makes any sense. It doesn't. Like,
that's fair.
Yeah.
And blocked me from social media again, from everything again. And I was just like, and she was just like, all right. I'm like, okay. And I was like, okay, now we're back to that.
Right.
Last Wednesday, while we were jamming, I get another fucking apology text from her.
Really?
Yeah, another one.
Back again.
Yeah, it was really fucking weird. And I was just kind of like, what is going on? And I was like, she was like, is this inappropriate for me to be talking to you? And I'm like, no, but like, what do you...
Yes, I was you're just, at practice.
But also, why? To what end are you talking to me?
I think like she tried to... It was really weird. I don't want to read the message like word for word, but it was kind of like she felt genuinely bad, but then like kind of turned it to a point where she was like trying to get at me about like what she was just like, well, I didn't think one cancellation was a big deal, and I was like, it's not the fucking I told her, I was like, why do you keep thinking that it's the cancellation that's bothering me now? I literally hit you up the next day.
Yeah.
Like, clearly I'm over it, Right. And it was just like, I told her, I was like, the thing that is bothering me is this huge fucking communication issue. Like,
right.
And I told her, I was like, what if we're fucking like, down the line with this shit? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, if this is like not even a problem and this is already happening. Like, what happens if we're dating like X amount of time down the month, I'm on the road and some whack shit like this happens? Like, I can't handle that. I can't deal with that.
Just you the fuck out.
Yeah. And I just told her, I was like, listen, like, and I was just like, I'm going to be honest with you right now. Like, I've been seeing people in between this time. I haven't seen you in almost 2 fucking months. Wow. And like, honestly, I was just like, I don't really have those feelings anymore for you. Like, I kind of had them when we were like,
when you had it
hitting a landmark there, and it was a really good time, and I liked you. But like, honestly, like, I don't think it makes any sense for me to try and give this another go just to see if those feelings are still there, because I'm not feeling it right now.
That's fair.
And
that's a lot of back and forth without seeing somebody and just
That's what I'm saying.
follow me, unfollow me. 'Cause that's
Weird
also
shit.
some
Exactly. It's
that's
clearly
some kid
red flags.
shit
Yeah.
that I don't have patience or time for
Same.
ever.
And that's why what I was trying to say in a nicer way, where I was just kind of like, look,
I'm
like,
here to say things the way that
yeah.
Be as
bluntly-
blunt as possible, yeah.
It was just, it
We
was,
don't have time to not be blunt, Jason.
it was super fucking
Clock's
weird.
ticking, man.
it's so nice that you're beating it. No,
Yeah.
this
It's
is some
just
kid
like,
shit. I don't have time for this.
yeah. I mean,
Fucking,
she
let's just call it.
yeah. She was just saying some very disarming things to me. Like, you're the nicest person I've met in forever. And I'm like, all right,
that.
like, I know. And that sucks. Yeah, and it does suck because it's like, that's a sad reality because you definitely deserve somebody that's worth
Right.
your fucking,
Yeah.
you know, but it's just kind of like, it sucks when it's put on you because you're just like, well, fuck, you're an asshole to me. Like, why does,
Yeah,
you know,
how's
it's
that
like, why
fair?
should I have to fucking like, you know, I don't know. It's just, it was really weird, but that was like the first time I had ever like owned up to my feelings. Like,
Good for you.
yeah, I've never done that shit before. I always give people the benefit of the doubt, which is fucking stupid, but like, I mean, it's at this time, it's just like, you know what? This doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's like, if it doesn't make any sense, why am I going to go down that road? You know, if it doesn't make, it's stupid. And it's just like, it's just going to create more weird shit. And it's just like, she already struggles with anxiety shit. I'm sure that's why we never even met up after the first apology. And it was just kind of like,
Right.
well, you know, I'm done with this shit. I shouldn't have to be getting any apologies from anybody before
Right.
I'm fucking dating them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless it's something small. Unless it's just
Totally.
like, you know, if she hit me up that morning and was like, hey, listen, like way up in advance, it was just like, I'm not feeling good today. Like, I just don't think I could do it. I would have been like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Cool.
But not an
Yeah.
hour before where it's just like, oh, great.
Right.
You
'cause
know?
you set up your schedule for it. And kinda
Yeah.
just-
And it was
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
And you don't want to be the asshole that says, well, I rearranged my whole fucking day for this.
Exactly.
but
And especially.
and it worked out for you, but it's still shitty. And you would think more than an hour before you kind of know where you're at.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that was the whole thing too. It's like if somebody's going to come at me saying like, I'm depressed, like the last thing I want to do is be like, well, fuck you. I had a horrible day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even though in my head, I might be like, fuck this person. And like, I'm entitled to my feelings there. I'm
Absolutely.
still not going
Yeah.
to communicate them because it's not necessary to go down that road. So I
No,
took the
yeah,
big boy
yeah, for
road and I was like, I'm just going to let it chill for a second, you know, and then do my shit. But I don't know. It's just so fucking like, what do you know what it's just like, sorry.
Right. A little frustrated.
Yeah. It's just weird because I never say that shit. I'm never in positions to say that shit. And now I feel like since I've been on this like another go around with dating, I've been in a lot of situations where it's kind of been like, oh, I can make a decision about this on my own and not like just kind of wait it out and see what, you know what I mean, happens.
Yeah.
Like there's another story I want to tell, but I kind of don't want to tell it because I'm still seeing this person. And you know the story I'm talking about because I told you it like 2 days ago.
I'm an old man. I forget.
Oh, fuck.
Can you give me a clue?
Yeah, I mean, the weed date.
Oh,
Yeah. This okay.
Why don't you
I'm
want
just
to
gonna fucking
talk
say
about
it. Yeah,
it?
okay.
That's a
Because I
big
want your
deal.
opinion on this.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear this.
Does she
So-
listen to the show?
No.
Nah, you're fine.
Yeah.
She probably won't go to the old episodes, so you're good.
I so
She happens to find this one. I heard you talking shit like a year ago.
yeah, fuck it. Well, that would be a funny story. So I matched with somebody on Tinder, really attractive, cute, fun to talk to. Around the same age as this other person that I was just talking about before, but seems to have her shit together a bit more. Like she graduated college, she's a teacher and shit. Like she teaches like either pre-K or kindergarten, I don't remember. And we were hitting it off and I was like, fuck it, let's meet. You know, let's do this shit. And man, I feel like I'm jinxing it by telling this story, but fuck it. I'm just gonna do it
Whatever,
anyway.
you're
And I was like, yeah, let's go. I was just like, we should hang out sometime. And like, we were talking about how much we love food. Like, that's original. Like, who
Yeah.
doesn't fucking love food?
Gotta
But-
find some common ground
yeah,
somewhere.
and like, we were talking about like breakfast food and shit. So I was like, all right, let's go to Pick Me Up Cafe in Wrigley because they actually have dope breakfast. And then we could grab drinks at like G-Man because it's the only tolerable bar in that fucking neighborhood.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And she was like, yeah, that sounds great. So we made that plan like a week prior. And then the weekend came around and like, we were like, it was another one of those situations where we were like talking a lot, like even talking on the phone and shit. And then it kind of went down.
I talked on the phone.
Yeah, I love
Wow.
that shit.
Fancy.
And it was her suggestion. Normally I suggest it and people are like, no.
Get freaked out.
But then I got to a point because we met, this was last Tuesday. So we met last Tuesday, but over that previous weekend, we had barely talked. And like when Tuesday rolled around, I honestly thought she was going to bail. And I was almost going to be like, hey, are you sure you still want to like do this? But, she hit me up. She was like, yeah, like she was like, hey, are we still on for tonight? I'm like, yeah, definitely. I'll meet you there. And we met up at Pick Me Up and dinner was really cool. I could definitely tell she was a little high. We both smoke the weeds. And she was pretty, she was pretty like cruising high, like good, like still I'm conscious, can have a conversation, blah, blah, blah. And I never get high before dates because it's like I'm a fucking train wreck. And the last thing I want to do is be like, like all over the place.
Yeah.
And
fucking loud and fast.
we were talking about dispensaries here and she was like, yeah, I got a pen. I was like, I have a pen. And we were showing off each other's pens. And I was like, yo, you want to hit, like, I was like, let's hit these on the way to the bar. And I was like and I was like, yeah, we'll hit these. And she was like, yeah, okay. So like, we had dinner. Dinner was great. We were walking to the bar. It was freezing out. It was Tuesday, so it was like snowing a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And really windy. But like, we were walking there and hitting the pens. I was taking like little baby hits, and she was fucking ripping this pen, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, like
That's
hitting
brave
it
on
hard.
a
And I was,
date.
and I was just like, whoa.
See,
I was like,
when he told me, I was like, maybe she's just like really nervous. It was just like,
see, that's so
Yeah.
funny. I didn't think that was the vibe because she was totally cool with dinner. I thought maybe she was just a very experienced stoner and was like, oh, she could probably just handle her shit well.
Like,
but I was
this
like,
ain't shit. Like,
I'm thinking
yeah.
I was just because I was thinking I was like, oh, like, if I smoked that much, I'd be like falling
Fucking
over.
done,
I would be
Right.
toasted. So I was taking little hits. I didn't even feel high. Like that's how little of hits I was taking. And we went over to G-Man. Everything was cool for a while. And we were in the middle of conversation. And I started to notice she's like closing her eyes on me. And I was just kind of like, hey, like, are you okay?
baked.
Yeah. And I was just like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm good. And like, I was like, okay. And then we were talking again for like another half hour. It was kind of, I guess my dates usually go pretty late. So this was a pretty early end to a date. This was like 11:30-ish.
Oh, wow.
And usually most of my dates end around 1 or 2.
Ugh.
So
Gosh, that's so late.
I love that shit though.
I'm just sitting there
if they're good
thinking.
enough, they go that late.
Yeah.
And then I noticed she was falling asleep again. And I was like, all right. I was like, hey. And she was like, yeah. I was just like, hey, you look really tired. She's like, yeah, I am really tired. And really tired is code word for I am high out of my fucking mind.
Yeah.
That's what it's definitely code word for.
I mean, in her defense, being a kindergarten teacher who's getting up early is probably fucking exhausted.
we get up at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't deal with little kids.
That's true. That is true. But still, at
You ever
the same
dealt with
time,
one
it's just
little
kind of
kid?
like,
They suck.
yeah.
Imagine a shitload of them.
and that's
No.
where I'm
Exhausted.
that's
No.
where I'm kind of at with this. I've been doing the mental gymnastics shit where I'm like, all right, was that cool or was that fucked up? And it's a weird line because it's like I don't really know this person that well yet,
Right.
so I don't know if I can make that call. I do want to see them again. We are supposed to be seeing each other again.
Yeah, hopefully
So,
it goes a little bit better. With
yeah, I'm hoping that's the
falling
case
asleep.
too. I'm just gonna this
bring
time
your weed pen.
I'm not. I'm just gonna well, I'll have it on me, but I'm gonna be like, yeah, I don't have it, whatever, and see what happens then. But it was just like this. It's this weird trajectory of where I'm like, part of me is kind of like, wow, like I got to meet you for the first time and you just like let yourself get that fucked up. Like that's kind of bogus. And
Little
Yeah,
worrisome, man.
Yeah.
that is a little, because I almost think of it because I don't smoke, I can't, but that'd be like me going on a date and taking like 5 shots.
yeah, if you were
like,
fucking
hey,
so
let's-
fucked. Like, that'd be
yeah,
a
like
red
if you were
flag,
taking
yeah.
5 shots and another dude was having like a beer, you know what I
Right.
mean? That's like the difference. And I love
Yeah,
getting
just-
high and shit. And if I knew she was gonna get that high, I definitely would have gotten that high too and would have been like, yo, let's talk about some real shit right now.
Well, it'd be hard to talk to her about real shit if she's falling asleep.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And like knowing me when I'm high, I just can't stick to, I mean, if anybody on this podcast is listening to me high on this show, I can't stick on one path. I'm going, we're
branch off
choosing
a
your
lot.
own adventure here. So,
But you're taking the pages, just flipping them really
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
she's really sweet though. She's so
Yeah.
fucking nice. Yeah. I think she's really pretty. Yeah. I hope like it's cool. And, yeah, I just don't know.
Has she
where I'm
said
at with
anything
it.
about it since then?
No,
As-
I haven't either.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like
Really?
That's
She didn't even,
probably
like, apologize or
for
anything?
the best.
No, I mean, because it wasn't like to a point where it was like I'm clearly offended because I wasn't. I didn't feel that. I was
No,
just
I
kind
would
of like,
still feel bad though if like
I thought
I
it
was
was
on a
kinda-
date
Yeah.
like falling asleep.
yeah, I
I'd be
thought
like,
it was
shit,
kind of
sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep.
I mean, she was saying like sorry in
date.
person. She was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just exhausted." And I was like, "Yeah, no worries." I was like, "Let's get you an Uber and like, I'll wait for you while you get your Uber and I'll fucking let's do it." But she was super sweet. She texted me when she got home. She was like, hey, I had a fucking awesome time. Like,
That's a good
wanna
sign.
do it
Good,
again.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm the shit. That's why. And like, I know I can
pump the
fucking.
brakes.
But it's just like, it was just kind of like, oh, well. But how do I, now I'm in this position where I'm like, man, how do I feel about this? Like, I definitely want to give it another go. But if it's going to happen again like that, I might kind of be like, hey, this is kind of like weird that you're getting this fucked up. Like,
Right.
I mean, I don't even know if I should say anything. I'm not going to say it in person at all.
No.
Too scared. And like, that's kind of putting someone on the
see
fucking
what happens, see
spot.
what chips fall,
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly. So,
Yeah.
hopefully she learned her lesson and like won't do that again to you.
Do you think that's fucked up?
It's a little weird. Like I said, that would be like me taking 5 shots
Yeah.
on a date, which if you were kind of on that same track of, okay, we're drinking, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're on the same
You're-
page of like,
yeah.
let's get fucked up, makes total sense. But if one is doing it, it's like,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I
A
little
have had it
lopsided.
where somebody showed up to a date super fucking drunk.
Yeah, I've had that too.
And it's really weird.
It is weird.
It's kind of, it puts you in a weird position of sitting there and watching this person get worse and worse as you're just sitting there.
Kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's something about it. Because, like I said, I've never shown up somewhere like super fucked up where I didn't think I could be. Like, if I'm going to a show or something, I'm
Yeah.
going to slam a few beers before I go so I don't spend as much money out.
Sure.
And show up
Fair
a little toasty, hang out,
Yeah, of
chat
course.
with people. That's one thing.
Of
But
course.
meeting someone for the first time, hitting it that hard, I get it. You're tired.
Yeah. But it's like,
You know,
come on, we're not watching
yeah.
Bill Nye. We're fucking hanging out, you know?
Right.
So I'm going to add a curve to this too.
Okay.
So, remember how I was mentioning how, I still want to know your take on this, even though you don't smoke. But I remember I was mentioning that weekend we were barely talking, and I was kind of like, I thought you were, I thought she
Yeah.
was going to bail. So she did mention to me over the weekend she hit up a dispensary because like a couple things I found out. She hit up a dispensary and bought like cartridges for her pen and spent way too much money. And I was like, that sucks, but like you probably have to do that. But
Taxes.
and then I kind of realized like I kind of put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, oh shit, if you were doing that over the weekend and we're probably getting high as shit because you have new weed pods, like when I get super baked, I get super self-conscious about text messages, so I usually don't send them, especially to people that I'm like trying to do, because I don't want to say, this is me on my phone. It's like I'm saying some shit to try and respond, and I'm trying to go above and beyond, but then I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait, this just sounds like I'm baked as fuck right now.
Just a
And then when
mess.
I'm like, all right, now how do I divert that? I'm like, now it looks like I know I'm baked as fuck, and I'm trying hard to prove that I'm not.
My
And
God.
it's weird.
It's a
So that's
vicious
why
cycle.
like last night I got kind of baked I was hanging out with Jace, and our buddies from Michigan were in town, and I was getting pretty toasted, but I was texting the same girl, and I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because I'm fucked up. Like, I'm just going to put my phone away,
Probably a smart
like, and not
policy.
really, and I'm out. Yeah. But it was just kind of like, oh, maybe that was it. Like maybe, because whenever I'm super high, I almost ignore my phone. It's
Really?
yeah.
Probably for the best.
It's really weird because you would
When I'm
think
drinking
like,
a lot, I used to be not so much now, but I used to be really, really guilty of drunk text messages.
oh, really?
I mean, but also, like, personally, now my biggest neuroses when I'm drinking is every day is the day that I'm going to say some shit that ends all my relationships, friendships, and otherwise. I've never said, drunk or sober, I've never said anything so fucked up that people don't want to talk to me. In fact,
Yeah.
I've looked back at drunk text
You're like,
messages.
oh, this is fine.
And we couldn't remember what we texted one of our good friends because like my old boss was in town, and I was like, oh shit, what did I text Curry last night? And then I looked at it and it's like, God, you're such a wonderful friend. And I said,
Yeah.
oh,
there you go.
okay.
That's super
All
positive.
right, yeah.
Yeah, that's
that,
how I
that
always,
checks out.
Yeah, see, I'm always gassing my friends up when I'm high and drunk and texting them. I'm always like, you're the shit.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's never anything like,
I just tell everybody.
tell everybody
When I was
what.
in Amsterdam, I was like, guys, I'm baked.
Yeah.
Look at dumb videos.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I do that too. But like,
But I mean,
yeah.
it's fun. But yeah, no, I get that. I get not wanting to text.
Yeah, it's just because it's like, I also feel like I'm not being
Is
genuine.
she new at smoking? Because just because.
Let me throw this at you now.
Okay.
So I don't
She's
really.
been smoking since she was 6.
I don't know. I haven't gone down that road yet to really find out the history of it, but I have done a little bit of like nitpicking in conversation. So I found out that her family, not down with weed. My family, down with weed. So it's like, I could do it in my apartment, wherever, you know what I mean? And like, my mom smokes. So it's just kind of like, yeah, I'll air it. Fuck it. But,
whatever, it's legal.
You know what I mean? Like, it helps her with like a lot of pains and shit. And like,
that's a lot of people.
You know, but she also just likes getting high. And so do I. And it's just, so it's like, I don't know, for my but I get how that's fucking weird for people who grew up in really strict households. Not that this person did it all, but she told me, she was like, yeah, my parents are not down with weed. My mom isn't about it. And I was just like, oh, and like, I know she's got brothers and shit. I was like, are your brothers stoners? And she was just like, no, they don't really smoke either. And I was like, oh, wow. So like, you're really on this. So then
somebody's got to be the rebellious child.
Maybe part of me, then I started to think, I was like, oh, maybe it was like, I was gassing up weed while we were talking and being like, it's sick. Weed is fucking cool. I love it. Like, and maybe it gave her kind of the in to be like, okay, I could be cool enough to like smoke in front of this dude and he won't give a shit. But it's just like,
yeah, but she bought like cartridges though. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe what I'm saying is if she's used to being, because she's like, I could smoke at my house, but I have to be super careful about it.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I get that, you know, and I was thinking maybe because I'm kind of thinking this now. This is like a stream of consciousness thing.
Let it out. Talk,
you know,
while
I was talking a lot about weed on the date where I was like, yeah, weed's sick. You know, I love bonding with people with weed, and I've yet to date a stoner. So it's like, while I've been somewhat of a semi-stoner. So it's no, but it was kind of like at this, so maybe I was thinking, I was like, okay, this person doesn't really have a good chance to smoke a lot with around the house. Like, I can, so I maybe I just have a higher tolerance too, and like I don't know how much they smoke, so I was like, maybe this was just kind of like her way to just do it because she knew I was cool with it and she just wanted to, and like I was doing it,
or even just wanted to kind of relax and let go,
exactly,
and felt comfortable enough, and that's fine.
Yeah, and I would never be like, don't hit it. If somebody like whipped out a joint on a date, I'd be like, you're sharing that with me. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it's just like, or I always offer it, you know,
like,
too.
No,
get the fuck away from me.
This is my joint. Get your own.
But it's just like, so
that's
it's
how I am with food. So
yeah, it's weird. Like I've never substance abuse. I think in general is definitely a tricky topic with me, and like at least as far as dating goes, like it's something I try and pay attention to. Right. I mean, not that weed is really substance abuse, but like
it can be.
Yeah, there's always a case of too much, and that was kind of like, oh, seems like a little case of too much, but you're really cute and I like you and I'm forgiving it, you know? And
like I said, I'm curious to see how the second date goes.
Yeah, because there's a lot in there that could be concerning, potentially, if that's kind of how she is all the time on dates. But if you're at least on the same page about it, that's fine.
Yeah.
And if it seems like either she's newer at it or like you said, doesn't really have an opportunity to do that at home.
Yeah.
So I get it. Yeah. I get it. I don't think anything's too concerning, but
not yet.
It also, it'd be interesting to see if she's newer at it, because I feel like people who are kind of new at doing something like that, they kind of like overcompensate at first.
I know. I do it too. That's how I was like half a year ago, like doing it way too much. But it's I have to say this to reverse the bad juju in my head. So it's like, we're supposed to hang out this week. I'm just saying it like, hope she does. I'm like knocking on wood. And normally I don't like talking about situations like this or telling a story like this until I know it's said and done.
You're going to be fine.
But so I'm just saying this now. So whoever, like, if karma exists, let's hope that second date happens. And you know, by the time this airs, we'll have known. We will have known what had happened. Maybe some of my questions will have been answered.
And have an update,
everybody.
Fuck, I don't want it to be like, now we date. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like,
I'm excited to hear that goes, because now I'm curious too. I want to know.
Yeah, well, I'll say it off the air. I don't want to give my plans out. The podcast listeners don't need to know my specific plans.
That's fair.
Cole's.
Yeah, especially my dad when he's listening to this. And then he'll be like, oh, you remember on the podcast where you mentioned that, like, you didn't want me to hear about that?
Thanks,
yeah.
Dad.
It's fine. I don't give a shit. My parents are cool. I was like, there was definitely a part in my life where I never wanted to tell my parents about my dating life. Not that I like overly do it now, but I'm much more open about it than I used to be.
My parents know way too much about me, which is creepy.
Yeah.
Like, we're so close that
it's creepy.
It is creepy. Like, the things that they know about me, like, people will get surprised when they hear me talking on the phone. They're like, who was that? I was like, oh, that's just my mom. She's
Yeah.
like, what?
Why does she know all that?
Why did you tell her that? I can't think of anything good right now, though. They were in Florida.
Okay.
And I was telling her, because we got our wedding photos back, and I had a real hard time seeing all of them together because I didn't lose the weight I wanted to leading into it, but I was also just so stressed out that there was probably not doing anything more. And I was like, man, I should have gotten that different dress. And I was talking it through with her, and she goes, oh my God, did that person just catch a shark? And I was like, where are you? She's like, your father and I are on the beach. Someone's gutting. Oh my God, they just gutted a shark.
Whoa.
I'm sitting there. I was like, can you pay attention to me for 1 minute?
I would have just been like, hey, I'll call you back later.
Quick Skype. Yeah.
No. She play-by-played it, told me about
This guy
someone
catching
gutting a shark on the beach. She's like, oh, they're washing all of its guts away now.
Oh, great. Okay.
Cool. And she goes,
Yeah.
so what about those wedding photos again?
Yeah.
You were saying something.
Cool. Thanks,
funny.
Mom.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. Loved this play-by-play of happenings on the Florida beach.
Yeah. Yeah, shit. I would take
Pretty
it.
much every conversation
Yeah.
with my dad is him. First 5 seconds he's in, and then it's off. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, good talk, man. Great.
Yeah. So that's been my recent dating life. And other than that, just meeting with people and I'm not feeling it, which is fine.
Yeah,
it's going to happen. And
I mean, that happens more often than the
Right.
opposite.
yeah, exactly. So, just
You're still alive, so that's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, no
Haven't
one's-
been killed yet.
That is
Speaking
cool.
of that,
Forgot your liver. What's up?
you have your liver. That's good.
Yeah.
No, I mentioned it to my coworkers because you're saying oh, you don't want people to know where you are, and I kind of made that joke, and I said when I eventually get abducted and murdered, I want to be that special 20 years later they haven't solved my murder.
Oh, you want to be
Yeah.
a cold case?
I do. And I said out loud
great
to my
aspiration.
coworkers though at work, I said, I want to be a hot Jean Benet Ramsey. They were like, I can see that. I hope that your Netflix special interviews me, and that we can
I'd
have
watch
that. We can have that together.
I enjoy the murder docs as much as anybody.
Do you?
Yeah, I just watched
Watch
the was it Aaron Hernandez one? That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I'm in this phase right now where I can't stand watching documentaries. I'm getting annoyed.
There's so
instantly.
many of them.
Yeah, I know. And it's
So
always
many
the
of them.
same tropes and shit. I'm just like, okay.
I haven't seen a ton of documentaries, but we also haven't watched TV in a month.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of.
I would think
You're
that
not
was
missing
cool.
much.
Yeah.
So we didn't feel like we were missing much, but there was that element of relaxation and turning off that I did not have for a month because we did home renovation.
Yeah.
So, and we didn't have internet for the first couple of days in our new home. And there was just we were just so fucking tired by the time we got back from, tiling a bathroom,
Yeah.
just painting a whole house in one day.
Yeah, Jesus.
We slammed through work. We took,
Just you two?
yeah.
Damn.
That's
We had
awesome.
help one
Power
day.
coupled.
Oh, so by the two of us, it was I would get there, something would harm me in the first 20 minutes.
You're like, I'm out.
I had my 1 millionth sinus infection because I can't breathe in the dust, and I didn't have my respirator on.
Oh, shit.
Because you don't want to have this thing strapped to your face, and I walk around the house just
No, I
sounding
feel
like
That'd be
Bane.
cool, though. Yeah, that'd be sick.
No,
You'd
those
look like a
things are so
Ghostbuster.
No, they suck,
They
and
do
they
suck,
smell
yeah.
really weird. I could smell it in my nose the
It's the
whole
weird,
next day.
Yeah. I have to wear them all the time. So
Yeah.
I
Really?
know
Oh,
I
at
have to
your
wear
job?
'em. Yeah. It's not fun. And,
No.
it sucks because then it just leaves marks all over your face. And yeah, it smells fucking weird.
It smells really fucking weird.
Yeah, it's a kind of plasticky, clean. It's weird. It's
I
not
like
fun.
cleaning products. Smell.
It's not that
Not
kind of smell.
Not a cleaning product. It's
It's
You know, Baja Blast kind of tastes like cleaning products.
yeah, it does.
I
I
like
like it.
No, I love Baja Blast as much as the next person,
Yeah.
but fucking
It does taste like cleaning product.
yeah. But this
All for
doesn't.
it.
If it smelled like Baja Blast or something of that nature,
It'd be way more tolerable.
oh yeah, I'd be super into it. I wonder if you could
Yeah.
soak the little
No, you cannot. It totally defeats the purpose.
no,
Ruin
it
the
just-
filters.
Then you'd smell Baja Blast as you're just
No, you're
inhaling
gonna ruin the filter, and then you're inhaling chemicals. Probably they're just gonna get high. It's gonna be bad.
from the Baja Blast.
And
Just
that's how you end up like my dad.
oh
Those
no,
chemicals.
shots fired on your dad.
Yeah, we got to get him on here, dude, so you guys could fucking
Absolutely
fight each
not.
other.
Yeah. Okay.
Would he know what to do on a podcast?
I would love to have your dad on this show. My dad came on the show, so your dad's got to come on the show.
Well, your dad can converse.
Yeah.
My dad
back
can't.
when we recorded at my house, he came on the show.
It's convenient. He just went.
My dad loves this fucking podcast.
He's a great dude to talk to. I love your dad. He's the best. Yeah.
And my mom just joined Instagram.
Oh yeah,
and
my mom's not there yet. Thank God. My mom's on Facebook though, and that's like enough for me.
Both my parents my mom's never had social media, so this is like her first one, and she kind of hates it.
Really?
My dad got off Facebook because he's like, I can't fucking stand it anymore.
That's fair.
Oh yeah.
But like, I'm always terrified of, because I would like, I think I did this last time. I added it in my stories, like, oh, go listen, and my mom would be, oh, what is this?
What is this nightmare music you keep playing?
No, my dad will tolerate the music in the car or something if we're driving. My mom's like, do we have to listen to the screaming?
Yeah, we do, Mom.
Yeah.
What are your parents like go-to music?
My mom really likes Motown. My dad, I don't know why.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah, well,
Pretty much.
It's just the same
Gore
thing.
grind Motown, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Well, and if my dad, if I can't remember the last time I really like heard him listen to music, but there was, I mean, because if we're in the car, they have like Sirius XM radio, whatever decade they feel like listening to that day.
The 50s, the 60s, the 70s.
Sometimes the 80s.
I like 80s
It does.
music.
It sucks.
80s is fun.
But then my dad went on a real Enya kick in the 90s.
Fuck yeah.
And like
Enya's
Sade
sick.
and Seal.
All right, Sade's cool.
Whoa,
I like that.
and Seal?
Yeah.
What, did he like D'Angelo?
I don't know.
It's right up there.
That's just what I remember being in the
Whoa,
car on
that's
repeat.
Dope. Your dad's like down with R&B shit?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Wow.
He was
My
into the
dad is
smooth
not.
jazz radio for a long time too, which I really fucking hated that
Yeah.
phase.
My dad fronts with other
95.5
styles of
was
music.
all my
though.
dad listened to.
The jazz?
I was like, why are you listening
My
to
dad
this?
loves jazz radio.
Because we did a lot of work in like elevators for work and stuff
No,
like that.
it's not just
the
jazz.
Same music.
It's smooth jazz.
Yeah,
And it
like-
sucks.
I like
jazz
smooth
fucking
jazz.
sucks.
Not this shit was fucking brutal.
It
yeah,
sucks.
I grew up with two with my dad, and it's the weirdest thing. I'm
Why
like,
do dads like that?
I don't know.
My
I
dad
have no
likes
idea.
Pam Metheny type jazz.
Yeah, your
Like
dad's
that type
cool.
shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, he does have pretty good taste in music, I will say.
My
I mean,
dad
some of it's
does
kind of
not.
like dorky as fuck, and I'm like, I don't know why you need to listen to this
Well, 'cause
dude
he's
from
a
Journey's
dad.
side project,
Yeah,
but okay. And but
Mom
yeah,
asked if we could have more of. I think she was a little drunk this night, and she like never gets drunk. But at the wedding, she was like, "Can we have some more of the Journey?"
The Journey.
The
yeah,
Journey?
Hell yeah.
First of all, you called it the Journey, so
no.
absolutely
Yeah.
not. Second of all,
Dude, that's
Yeah,
the
The
best
Journey.
when like the folks get drunk at the wedding that like never get drunk.
yeah.
oh,
I
this
love
wasn't even
that.
at the wedding. It was weeks before because we had to get like the final playlist in, and they wouldn't let me play metal until 11.
Oh fuck. Well, what did you put on?
I can't remember.
Was it like tolerable metal?
Oh no, it was good metal.
Okay, so not you're
I
not putting
remember
on
we
like
did, like-
unmerciful or
No,
like. I like that band.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
I didn't. That was just my gut reaction. I'm sorry for
If you're just
that.
not putting on like
No,
that type of shit. I
no, we put
at
on
a
Red
wedding.
Fang. I
Insane.
think.
Be sick, dude. Have one song like that at a wedding. Just give it to me. That's
Oh no,
definitely
it was
gonna
the
happen if I ever
last
get
whole
married.
like 45 minutes. We turned on metal and
That's
like
cool.
rap.
That's
that was-
cool. I would love to just do
I
that.
was also really drunk the next day.
Yeah.
I was so hungover at
Fuck yeah.
like the day after brunch. My mom had this striped sweater on.
Yeah.
I told
I know
her,
you told me. Yeah,
"Hey mom, when you move, the sweater moves. So I need you to put your coat on."
You need to chill the fuck out and not move.
Damn.
Pretty much. I was like, I can't look at you. I can't look at your fucking sweater anymore. And my mom's initial reaction was, go find the other fucking bathroom that's not right here. Go hide yourself for a few minutes, make yourself throw up, and come back and join the fucking party and look at the sweater.
Like a real adult.
Shit. I never go to weddings. The last wedding I think I went to was Max's. No, you know what? One since then. It was somebody in my ex-girlfriend's family, so I didn't know anybody there. But I was doing it up.
I
they're
fucked
so
up hard. I was just talking to Nick about it today. My friend Erica and Chris, the ones out in Arizona, they got married last weekend, and I totally did not RSVP. Like I forgot all about. I felt so fucking bad.
Oh well, goddamn! You missed one fucking wedding.
They were in
Jeez.
this weekend doing the Chicago date, and I was like, sorry about that, guys.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna go?
What's up?
Are you gonna go to the Chicago thing?
It was yesterday.
Oh, so you missed that?
Yeah.
Well, you were sick.
Yeah, sick and like moving.
So they'll
it's
get
like-
over it.
Oh wait,
Still
you
feel
moved?
bad. My folks moved. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
you had priorities, dude.
Today's been brutal. I've been up since 5 a.m. because I helped my folks move, and then I went to C2E2, which that was a blast. Got to see Khan, who's been on the show before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Did you cosplay?
No.
As Bill the
Just Bill.
fornicator?
Bill of Roman Ring. Not Something Is Waiting.
Yeah.
That wasn't wearing my button up.
Yeah. Damn, that's cool.
No, I will say I was horrible at RSVPing before.
Yeah. I never get
And-
invites. I would go, maybe.
No,
I get a good amount. This was the first time I've ever dropped the ball on one. I've just been so fucking busy.
No, I mean, and it's super understandable, but there were a few people who didn't RSVP or fucked it up.
Uh-huh.
And there was one who really pissed me off about it. And I won't really get into it because...
Did you fight them?
No, but they're getting married like in the upcoming years.
So you're going to spite them?
Oh, I just said, we were sitting at home and I
Revenge RSVP.
said, a curse upon their RSVPs. I hope everyone does it late.
Yeah.
And
Good
Kevin
for you.
was like, all right, let's roll it back a little there, babe.
Dial it back, yeah.
Put the knife down.
About
Put the knife down.
20%.
I forgot who, one of my friends, same thing, I forgot the RSVP, and they texted me, and they're like, you're coming to the wedding, right? And I was like, yeah, just mark me down, dude. And they're like, yeah, the RSVPs are supposed to be in like a week ago. I was like, sorry about that.
Oops.
Forgot who that was, but yeah, I was just like, yeah, just count me in. Of course.
RSVP. I'll fucking RSVP.
And then there were a few people who fucking wrote in family members.
Oh,
that we didn't
that's a move.
invite.
What the hell is that?
Well, and Kevin, because it's funny because Kevin's mom's side of the family, because she's passed away, we're not as close with them. We see them once a year. We want to see them more, but you know, at however much a pop it was to invite people,
Yeah, it's not.
he kept
cheap
it
for
pretty
sure.
light. But there were people who were like, "Oh, your cousin, whoever." It would be like
Right.
inviting like one kid and not the other, so they wrote their kids in.
Fuck
And then
no.
they didn't fucking RSVP themselves because we said, okay, great. You wrote them in, have them RSVP on the website.
Which they didn't do.
No, and then we had to track one of them down to say, hey, are you coming? Hey, are you coming? And he didn't fucking respond. It was
Did he show up?
maddening. No.
Oh, what the fuck?
I would have messaged
Really?
him, and instead of saying, are you coming, I would have been like, dude, get fucked, man.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
maybe
not
you
an
shouldn't say
emotional.
that.
I'm not an emotional person usually, but there was something about wedding shit
That shit's so
that
high stress,
drove
man.
me up a wall.
Yeah.
That's like every wedding I've ever been to.
Dude, I'm gonna get
I feel
wedded and I'm
for,
gonna
like,
get
the bride
married in a
group. Especially
fucking-
usually the bride more often for sure.
Well, day of, week of was totally fine.
Yeah.
Everything was like kind of in place.
Oh
and
yeah,
good to go. That's
once
nice.
I had a 2-week conversation with my mom about bottles.
Of
What's-
wine?
No, just bottles for the tables
Centerpiece.
Oh.
because they had to have flowers in them.
Uh-huh.
Well, what kind of bottles? Can you go and see the bottles? I spent $30 on Ubers to go down to the rental place, and they said, what kind of bottles do you like? I
See their
said,
bottle
these
selection.
vintage fucking bottles look great. We need 80 of them. My mom said, well, what if we just do garland on all the tables? It's really hard for me to envision that there's bottles on the table. You know, what kind of bottles are they? What height are they? Can you measure them? I said, Mom, they're vintage fucking bottles of varying sizes and shapes. You put a few fucking flowers in them, you put them on the table, and everything's fucking fine.
Probably one person
Shut
per
the
table
fuck
may
up.
even be like, oh, look at the bottle. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
you know?
Like
it's
no
gonna be
one
all right.
noticed.
Yeah.
No one gave a shit. And I was like, just Mom, just fucking, like, and it was an ongoing conversation for 2 weeks.
Dude, you know what's going to be the centerpiece at my wedding?
What?
It's either going to be copies of Streetwise magazine.
That's
Or
awesome.
it's going
Love
to be, like mixed CDs from rappers that are selling them on like
That's even
in the
better.
loop.
I actually
Yeah.
love that idea.
I do.
should
I
do
have
the-
a lot of them too. I've
The
been buying
rapper
them so I could-
CDs, but then
yeah.
everybody gets a Streetwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Gotta
Yeah,
buy some guy to
Streetwise,
those
yeah.
Streetwise.
How'd you
love
guys do the table assignments? Did you do anything special?
Yeah, we did. Ours were actually pretty sweet. One, I did the insane thing of designing the whole wedding myself, which
I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
it was super stupid. I fucking loved it.
God bless you. You ever do it?
But there's so many things in the past like 6 months. I was like, this was great. I never want to do this again.
Yeah, fuck that.
I never want to do this again.
Fair enough.
But we like all the stuff turned out great, but our table assignments, like we had like this big thing that just said, what band are you in? And it was different metal bands.
Awesome.
Oh, that's sick.
That's so
And
cool, yeah.
because I can't remember, we put all the really like straight-laced family members at the weed eater table. No, we put the straight-laced people at the bong ripper table.
Okay.
And then we had all my like really good friends at the weed eater table. Mm-hmm. The head table was Pelican.
Was there a cemetery rapist table?
There wasn't.
Okay.
But
That would have been a little much.
we actually kind of wanted to have like the reject table be municipal waste, and then he felt really bad putting people. He's like, or put everyone
so
we really
good.
love at the municipal waste table, but then we felt kind of bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
What did you
that's
call the
so
reject
good.
table then?
I don't.
Can you
there
say it on
really
the air?
wasn't
Wait,
one.
yeah.
Will it give it away if you say what the reject
No,
table
there really
was?
wasn't.
Somebody's going to listen and be like, what the fuck? Like, I was at that table.
I can't remember because we had like the only ones that we really were. Like, I think we almost put all the sober people at the bong ripper table because we wanted to be funny, but we didn't think people would get it.
Yeah.
So we kind of like did the family at the bong ripper table. So we had to escort like all the kids, be like, because there weren't like children at this
Yeah.
thing, but they were, you know, high school, middle school, and be like, here's the bong ripper table.
And you were like,
Sit down. I mean, I got to laugh
Yeah, I would've
just
laughed, too.
internally. There were a few things where I just was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm having
Yeah.
the cemetery rapist table. I'm having the fucking anal cunt table.
That's a good one. Anal blast.
Yeah, anal blast table. Yeah, for the bride and
All
groom
the
side of the
anal
family.
band
Yeah. Yeah.
God, how many band? You know what? I'm not going to ask. I was going to say, how many bands start with anal?
Anal. I don't know. I only know anal blast and anal cunt. If
I'm
this was
sure
10
there's
years ago,
more.
I might have known more, but
I wish you would have. Well, because
yeah, there's got to be more.
we picked bands exclusively that we had seen together.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
So
a good
they were
idea.
all bands that we had
That's
seen.
sweet.
Yeah. And
I
then,
never would have thought of that.
I mean, that's, you know,
That's cool
joy
wedding
of-
shit, though. Like, I wouldn't know
That's
what
really
to do.
cool.
Yeah.
People actually
so-
said it because one of the photographers does photography for metal bands,
Uh-huh.
and he was the
awesome.
second photographer, and he like just put up one of our photos, and he's like, "Guys, your wedding was fucking fire,"
Sick.
which was our goal. Was I want everyone to have a great fucking time, and just
Yeah.
that was it.
It wasn't
Yeah, that would be
John
my main goal.
Morales, was it?
No, I want to say his
that
name
dude's
is
the shit.
Andrew.
Andrew Rothman?
Yes.
He photographed your wedding?
Yeah.
No
that.
shit.
Well, so he's been shadowing Megan Saul, and
is-
she's the wedding photographer.
Okay.
but you're Megan.
Yeah, there was multiple Megans at this
Believe it or not,
wedding.
there's
Whoa.
more than one Megan.
Okay.
There is.
All right. Meganception
But
here.
I actually met her at a Vukari show because she
know that
was
band.
that was one of our
I know.
Friends of yours.
yeah. They were another one of our tables. But yeah. So we met her, and I had seen her stuff. I'm like, wait a second, you're Megan Saul. Like you're doing her wedding now. You're at a metal show. You fucking get
sick.
it. So yeah,
That's cool. Damn, and Andrew was there? I
Yeah.
love Andrew. He's the
he was
shit.
super cool.
Yeah, he's the man.
He was super cool. So I'm glad
he works
he's
for Invisible Oranges.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
All right.
He's the shit. He comes to like all the Warforged shows, and
That's
he was at the
awesome.
last one. He was
Yeah.
photographing.
Photography.
Yeah. And he's friends with Nate and shit.
Ugh.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
That sounds like a sick wedding.
It
Damn.
was. We had like a shit ton of fun.
That's good.
And everybody else kind of had fun.
Kind of.
But at least you have
People
fun.
kept talking about it like weeks after, like your wedding was
That's
so
Yeah, they were
fucking
gassing
fun.
up your wedding. That's the shit. I would love that.
Well, and one of our friends, like a few of our friends hadn't met each other, or they hadn't met my one friend's husband because he never gets off. He's a New York City cop, so he never has time off.
Yeah, but he
Came
got time
out.
off.
He fucking fell in love with everybody. There was he took all of the flowers off of like the side tables and like shoved it in his collar, and it was
That's
like
cool.
holding. He just like
Awesome.
Yeah.
like some
Hell
weird
yeah.
performance art shit, and
That's
like
cool.
like the whole weekend, like we all were just dying of laughter like the entire time. So it was so fun.
That is funny.
Yeah. So
I feel like that's the exact opposite of how Danny would be at a wedding if he got off of work.
Danny's gun would be going off, and he'd be
Danny would
I
be
mean,
showing
that's
people
how- that's the
videos of
only-
like fucked up shit that he saw on the
be
job.
like knocking the
Look at
DJ
this.
over and be like, "Here, put this
Yeah.
in. Just put your mic up to my phone."
Dude, he did
that works.
that. Do you remember when we did that Inanimate show at Cobra? It was Warforged Inanimate last year in June. You were there.
Sure I was.
Wounds played it too. Well, we were all hanging out with Inanimate. It was the second day of tour. So, like, we were still kind of getting to know those dudes. And Danny was hanging out with us, and he was showing everybody all these, like, fucked up videos of shit he saw on the job. And I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
geez.
stop doing that. Like, nobody wants to see that. I had
I'm
to be
not
like,
gonna
dude, you
lie,
gotta
I
stop.
do, but I also listen to too many crime podcasts.
But that's
so I'm
fair.
Like,
but,
let
like,
me
these
see
guys that
that.
have never met him before and, like, don't know,
That's-
you know,
yeah,
you know
that's
what I
a
mean?
little
Like,
intense.
we're trying to
Just
make
know
a
him as
somewhat
the,
decent impression. It's just
The
kind of
singer
like,
Through the Eyes of the Dead. They're like, what the hell is this guy doing?
yeah. I don't even know if they know him as that. A lot of people don't know that.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people, I always tell them, like, yeah, he's in Through the Eyes of the Dead. They're, like, shocked.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It didn't used to be that way, but now it's that way.
Isn't that the way?
The times we're living in now, guys. Shit. That's cool. Didn't Brian and Rosie do something similar with, like, their wedding with metal bands?
Yeah.
Like, each table was a band?
It was an album. And I remember.
Oh, it was an album?
Yeah.
You
I
were
just
at
remember-
Decapitated, right?
No. I was at the main table.
Somebody was
we
at
had one.
Oh, Eddie.
Tom and like Eddie.
yeah,
and Alex
we're at
and them.
Decapitated.
We were at Decapitated. Or Meshuggah. That was funny though, because like, so I'm at the main table and they had like a massive projector set up and it was showing just pictures of like Brian and Rosie and stuff. And I'm like looking at the pictures, like, oh, this is hysterical. And all of them, all my friends that were at that table was like right in the corner. They thought I was like looking at them, and apparently they were like waving the whole time. They're like, why were you like snubbing us? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we were trying to get your attention. We thought you were looking at us, but we realized you're like looking at the photos. Like, sorry, guys.
Oh, man. We had zero. Well, I guess two funny things. Because we had our rehearsal dinner at Kuma's. Because we had to subject our family to some kind of metal.
Right.
We just had to do it.
At the one on Belmont?
No, and the only one that you can do it at is the West Loop one.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Which was fine because then we all went to the Ace Hotel afterwards because that's where Kevin stayed that Friday. Because I did kick him out. That was like the one really traditional thing we did. I was like, go the fuck to your own thing. You can't see me.
Yeah, until the day of.
Yeah.
That's the rule. Why is that a rule?
I don't know.
That's a bullshit rule.
I think it's like supposedly bad luck.
I'll give you bad luck.
Did you
Wouldn't
do
it be
the,
bad luck if you took a shit in someone's bed
we
or
did
something?
Was it like something
bad
borrowed?
luck.
something new, something borrowed, something blue, and something.
Why blue? What the fuck is that?
What is this? What are you talking about?
It's like wedding traditions. You're like you're supposed to have like
hate wedding traditions.
something new, something borrowed,
And
something
like,
old.
With what you're wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be somewhere in your whateverness.
All right,
Yeah.
something blue.
I had like one of my grandmother's handkerchiefs like tucked into my bouquet somewhere.
Oh,
I had a borrowed cameo ring.
cameo ring.
Yeah.
What is that?
Is in
It's like the little face, little side of the face thing.
I was hoping it was the group that did Word Up, but
Yeah.
No.
that would be the sickest thing ever. I have a cameo ring. Holy shit. I knew I was friends with you for a reason.
No, it wasn't that exciting. Something old was actually my ring because it's his mom's, and something new is
Oh,
usually
cool.
your dress.
Okay.
Safe bet.
If I got to pick all that, it would be
What would yours be?
totally different. Okay. What is the first one? Something.
Something old.
Yeah. Something old.
It's not like it goes in order.
Maybe
There
like
is
an
an
old
order.
potato sack. I wear that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I got some
See,
at the
you're
shop.
good. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they old?
Yeah.
Like how old?
Oh, but you know what? That could
Pretty
be
old.
borrowed too. I could borrow it and then give it back to you.
Yeah.
And it's old. So there you go. 2 for 1.
That's 2 for
No,
1.
I think it's gotta be separate.
Yeah.
Does that have to be separate? All right.
don't
So
know.
which one is that going to be then?
I don't know. Do you have like a tire iron at your shop?
Yeah.
I'll borrow that.
Okay. Just going to carry that around.
Yeah.
We gotta like knock people out of the way. It gets kind of rowdy.
I'll put that in my bouquet and be like, like slam somebody. What else?
Kid with
Something
bouquet.
new? Probably like a pinky ring of some sort.
Get a sick, like another sick ass chain.
Yeah. You know what?
Maybe
yeah.
do like brass knuckles or something. That'd be cool.
That would be
go.
cool. Yeah, and a potato sack and a crowbar. What did I say? Tire iron?
Tire iron.
Okay. What else? Are we something blue?
Yeah.
That blue meth from Breaking Bad. And,
Oh, I was gonna say, why not? Is Baja Blast technically blue?
No, that's turquoise. Doesn't count.
It's almost
But
blue.
It's blue.
Voltage,
It's in the
Mountain Dew
blue.
Voltage is blue.
Oh yeah, do that.
Or I would probably go with Crystal Blue Pepsi.
Windshield
Yeah.
wash. Goes windshield
Yeah,
wash.
or
Carry
Windex.
that
Just a
around.
bottle of Windex would be cool
There you
too.
go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Blue's, I think, my favorite color. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Hot take there.
You look offended. Really? Blue?
You do
What's
you.
yours?
I don't know. I don't care.
You don't have a favorite color? What's your
I
favorite
work with
color?
colors.
I wear a lot of black and I love black, and I'm really
It's a
into
shade. But okay.
our wall color. It's called salamander. It's like a dark black green. But
Okay.
really, I love pink. I know that's like shitty, but
Me too.
I don't
love
give
pink.
a shit.
Pink's a great color.
Shitty.
Why is
I
that
don't give a
shitty?
shit.
Yeah, wait.
I don't know, because everyone fucking loves pink, or like it's
Yeah,
like a
like me.
girly thing, and I'm like not super girly.
I'm not girly. I
But
like
I had
pink a
hot
lot.
pink hair for like years, like magenta.
I remember,
and I fucking
yeah.
loved it. And then
You
it
know,
got
I knew
boring.
you when you had pink hair at some point. I saw you with pink hair at some point in my fucking life. I swear to God.
It was gone before I met Bill.
Really?
Yeah.
Then maybe I'm fucking.
Might have just been on Facebook.
Yeah.
Maybe it was something like that.
Yeah. Oh,
Life is weird.
I was gonna say back to wedding shit and pictures, because you said that they were projecting pictures. You could do two things. They said, oh, you have your like 2 TVs and you can put whatever you want on them. A lot of people choose to do, the PowerPoint presentation of a bunch of photos.
Yeah.
But for solid 10 years of Kevin's life, he was doing a lot of drugs and heroin.
We're like, we can't
Yeah.
use
So there's
that.
a bunch of photos of him just nodding off.
Oh, no.
So we were like, and we found all these cute, fun photos of me with my friends in New York. And I've got this, like, we just call it the derpy Jenga face, because I'm like playing Jenga and I'm probably drunk or something. But I make really stupid derpy faces. So I was like, this is so fun. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we could put all like my derpy faces, and then we can have
You.
pictures of
nodding off.
Kevin from when he was 5.
Just like a big
So
gap
we just
there. Yeah, yeah.
decided not
to do that.
not
Yeah.
to do the photo montage. But then we bought movies to put in, because one of our first dates we saw a movie called I Drink Your Blood,
Whoa.
and it's about
Whoa.
it's about a bunch of hippies that go
Drink
to a
blood?
town and they're like fucking shit up in this little small town. And then this little kid doesn't want them to hurt his grandfather. So he kills a rabid dog and puts rabies in their little meat pies. And then it's sort of
The
a
hippies?
zombie. Yeah, because he thought that they were going to like kill his grandpa because they were into some Satan shit.
Okay. And
And
they
then he-
became zombies?
Yeah, because they all like got rabies and were like, they just, I don't know how rabies works, but
It works where you like freak out and wild
yeah,
out.
so these people
Usually
like
get lockjaw and
freak
die.
out. Yeah, pretty much, but that's not what happened
Well,
to
it
these
is
kids.
Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah.
It's a movie, so it kind of like was
Yeah,
like
Cujo.
a zombie
That was a dog.
sort of.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So
Disney-
and then so we put it in, and then I like when
Yeah.
I saw it when we
Who was in
first
this? Sean Connery?
no, and like
What?
no, absolutely nobody. Nobody's in
You
this
think
movie.
Sean Connery be in a movie like that?
Why not?
There's no fucking way.
Why?
There could be like back
No
in the
way.
day.
No
Yeah.
way.
Because this is like
Why?
from the 70s, but it was awesome,
did do
and I
Sardonic things.
100% forgot about what was in this movie.
That's
and
awesome.
we were like, oh, it's so fun, it's like one of our first dates. And one of my,
On there, like, man.
well, and it starts playing, and one of my family members comes up to me and he goes, a lot of nudity in this for your entire fucking family to be here.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, yeah, I guess I kind of don't remember this movie at all.
Did.
Said,
Good
yeah.
thing you didn't watch it beforehand
Like
either.
there was like a 10-minute sequence of these like totally naked ladies like fucking covered in blood just running around. I said,
Yeah.
my kids are here, and I said, well, they'll have to learn
Well, fuck
eventually.
your kids, dude. Get over it. Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, so they
I
were like
would-
older. Well,
Yeah, I get
he was
that.
he
You
was
couldn't
kind
say
of being
that.
an
Yeah.
asshole about it, like because
He's an older guy.
No, he's not older. He's like in his 40s, and he's. My parents blame everything that I've turned out to be bad on him.
Why?
Because he's just a degenerate. And
Gotta blame
What does he have
somebody.
to do
right?
gotta
with
blame
you?
somebody. They have to blame somebody. They don't think
Okay.
it's them.
Okay. Even though it is.
Yes.
Okay.
The older I get, the
Yeah.
more I realize.
Yeah. That's fair.
But yeah, so we never even got to the second movie, which was like more tame. So it's just
They're
like
gonna be like
that.
Cannibal Holocaust. Like, Jesus.
No, I think even that was a little bit more tame than this movie.
Jesus.
But we just didn't
I would have
remember
put on like
it.
Space Jam or
No, Space Jam sucks. We actually just rewatched that
I love
for
that movie.
How Did This Get Made?
oh, they did that? on How Does It Get
really?
Made?
They
I haven't
did.
checked that one out
Fuck.
yet. I've been listening, as far as movie podcasts go, I've been listening to Rewatchables.
Oh, I
Been
haven't.
nonstop listening to it. It's awesome.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Really, it's I don't know him. It's Bill Simmons, who is like an NBA, like
NBA or M?
NBA,
Like
basketball.
I also
Oh.
heard NBA.
Yeah, he has an MBA. Yeah, like a commentator or some shit. But
Oh.
he does this like movie thing on the side. And it's
Cool.
awesome. Makes me want to watch more movies.
I just started listening to Jamie Josta again, and I'm probably not going to stick around for too much longer.
Getting rough?
He's just fucking annoying. I forgot how annoying he is. And I'm just like, dude,
Gets
what
good
is
guests.
I
this?
don't even know who this is.
He's a singer from Hatebreed, Jamie Josta. He ran Headbangers Ball, which was like the MTV metal show.
I never actually went to it because I honestly didn't get into metal until I moved back from New York 5 years ago.
Okay.
So I just like...
Yeah, you missed Headbangers Ball then.
What were you listening to when you were in New York? Anything. Please tell me anything. No, don't hold back.
All the Sade. No, I'm trying...
No judgments.
So a lot of New York, I don't... Like, there's a lot of it I remember, and a lot of it I just scrubbed on out of there.
Fair enough.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because there's just tons
Reasons
of stuff.
enough to scrub it out.
I'm like trying to think because I was still listening to a lot of Nine Inch Nails.
Okay.
right.
Heavier music.
Oh yeah, no, I've always been metal adjacent.
Okay. Metal adjacent. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Alkaline Trio, because I'm also thinking of like the shows that we went to.
Alkaline Trio.
Went to an Alkaline Trio
Man,
show.
If I ever meet a woman that likes any type of remotely heavy music and metal, 9 times out of 10, it's Alkaline Trio. Here, at least.
I mean,
they're from
they're
here,
from
too.
here.
Yeah, but
we're
people
actually
go
going up to Milwaukee to
apeshit.
see them.
You like them a lot?
I do.
Really? That's cool.
Actually, that
I
was
like a couple songs.
That was one of our readings.
Oh, it was an Alkaline Trio song?
Yeah, we couldn't find a good metal song because it was a lot of Alter Bridge, and Kevin was like,
Ugh.
"No."
Yeah, fuck no.
I was like, "Fuck that."
Do you like Alter
No,
Bridge?
No.
Oh, Mark Tremonti's a sick guitar player, but yeah, that band is kind of boo-boo,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Fair enough.
Yeah, now I'm trying to think. I'm like, what music did I listen to in New York? I don't.
9 Inch Nails.
9 Inch Nails, Alkaline Trio,
Alkaline Trio.
Interpol.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was like, I was really, actually, I was like thinking more about a few other things because thinking about the podcast and online dating.
Okay.
Or just dating in general. Because right before I left, I was on a real bender
Yeah.
of just not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Because my ex and I broke up, and he really saw us as still together, even though we definitely were not.
Okay. Weird.
I definitely had a quick fling with a guy who said he broke up with his girlfriend. No, I got stalked for a few minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, she like went to come like
Oh,
find.
she stalked you.
Oh no, she came to find me.
Did she confront you?
No. She never found me.
Just she
And
was really bad at being a sleuth.
no, I think she found me, but we kind of. I think that's kind of when I called it. It's like, no, we don't need to keep doing
Sure.
this.
Yeah.
And I met somebody else at that point, so I was just really going through it.
That's not on you. That's on that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Well, after I kind of found out, I didn't really give a shit.
Oh.
I wasn't really
Still
in a...
on that dude more than
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I really wasn't in a...
That's so. I always find that so weird when, not to interject,
No.
but when like partners cheat, and then the significant other of said partner is more pissed off at the other person than their partner. It's like, what the fuck is up with that? I'd hate my exes for that shit. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like whoever. I'd be like, fuck you. Like, I don't give a shit about that dude.
Sometimes
Especially
you
if it's a
see,
guy. It's like all guys are pretty
Yeah.
horrible. So
Sometimes you get the opposite where they become like best friends because they kind of commiserate over it. They're like, yeah, fuck that guy.
I've actually had that happen where I met a friend of mine at like a tattoo event. And we were talking about a guy... Well, we were both talking about laser tattoo removal because it sucks. And I said, yeah, I know someone who was getting it done, and I saw it happen, and I thought, I don't think I can ever do that because of how much it looks like it hurts.
And that's like multiple sessions.
Oh,
over,
yeah.
I know someone who's doing it now.
Really?
Yeah. You know him too.
Is it? Can you say? Is it? Bad?
We'll talk. No, yeah,
Okay.
not on this. I'll talk about it
Yeah.
after.
And we realized we were dating the same guy almost at the same time.
Oh,
Who,
what the
I mean, it's not like I was pissed about it because like we weren't exclusive at the time.
sure, that's fair.
And we kind of like only had a brief overlap. But we both were like, oh yeah, we know this guy who's getting the shitty ass like tramp stamp removed. And they're like, oh my God, it's the same guy. And we weren't mad at each other because it's not like
ridiculous. It's
and
not your fault. Yeah.
it's like neither one of us were in an exclusive thing with him, and he was kind of a hot mess. So we're like, oh hey, and we just became friends after that.
That's cool. Damn, that
Yeah.
guy might be having. I wonder if he feels like shit about that.
No, because I mean we weren't exclusive, so
Okay, well that's good at least.
And
then.
she kind of Like, because he definitely would get really fucking drunk and kind of show up and she was sober. So he would be super blitzed. And there would be time, and he would sort of do that thing where he would want to talk about his feelings. It was never reciprocated because I don't ever want to say like, oh, you shouldn't cry. But he would just like cry and tell you about it and be like, oh, okay. I thought we were going on a date today, but that's cool.
Oh, this is what we're doing?
Oh, this is cool. This is cool too. But this girl like stalked me for a hot minute. But then that was one of the other weird, like I was thinking about weird compliments I've gotten from men. And one of them was he made this particular gentleman. He's like, you have one of the best rib cages I've ever seen. I hope they turn it into art after you die. And
damn, hell yeah. That's cool. That guy's got a lot of balls saying that shit. I would say something like that, though. Just clearly as a joke.
He wasn't joking.
Oh, fuck.
No, he thought he was being real fucking romantic on that one. And in some cases, I mean, that works on me.
Yeah.
So.
Fair enough.
My newest pickup line is I ask people.
Might want to use that one.
I just say, hey, I'm going to the 24-hour Aldi. Do you want me to get you anything while I'm there?
I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. And it's good because either at night, people believe it and they're like, what? And then I'm like, nah, it's not real. You're an idiot. Or like,
is there a 24-hour Aldi?
No, there's totally not. They close at like 8. Yeah, there's totally not a 24-hour. It would be dope if there was, but like, that doesn't exist. But that's why it's funny. And then like, I like it even more when I like message someone in the afternoon. I'm like, hey, I'm going to the 24-hour Aldi. It's like, what? Nobody still has yet to be like, what's the significance of that? I'm like, I want to be like, I don't know, just so you know. But usually sometimes people, there have been a handful of people that are like, there's a 24-hour Aldi? And I'm like, no, but it would be cool, right? And it's probably better than half the shit you hear on this app, right? And
that's a way better.
Yeah. I worked hard on it, to be honest with you guys, and I'm very proud of it. It's like
you should be proud of it. That one's pretty good.
On Tinder, yeah.
I don't remember if I told this story last time or not, but there was an app for a while called How About We, and you'd say like, oh, how about we
jump off
do this date?
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do ritual suicide together.
Cool.
Who's into it? And this guy had a dead dog joke in his, and I like came in hot with like, oh, you're gonna come in with a dead dog joke? I'm fucking, you say jump, I'm gonna say how high. I'm like, let's do this fucking dark shit.
Each other.
And I said something really disgusting, and I can't remember what it is because this was like 10 years ago.
Oh shit!
And he never responded. And I was like, fuck you.
Oh,
you can't hang, I guess.
Yeah, maybe you can.
Yeah, you're gonna put dead dog jokes in your fucking profile, and then
but you can't come back with that. Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird. People are so fucking weird, man. It only gets worse. It never gets any better. I've never been on any dating app and been like, wow, this has gotten a lot better. I've never said that ever in my entire life.
Well, I also feel that now that I got rings on my finger, people approach me slightly less.
That's good.
Kind of, but like
kind of, it's good, kind of, or like they kind of.
In some ways, I'm a little offended.
Oh.
I'm like mildly offended by it, but not really.
Wasn't like the reverse. It's like the guys usually get hit on more when they have the ring or whatever, right?
I don't know.
Or something.
I've heard that story from like dudes that are married. They're like, what the fuck? Like, where was this before?
Kevin's never said anything about it, but he also just doesn't like I like drinking by myself. Like I'll go out to Solomoth and Naperville and have like a couple beers by myself or with my dad.
Are you living out there?
No.
Okay.
No. I recently went on like a real adventure for some tile because you have to get stuff in the same dye lot or else it's not the same color.
Yeah.
So I had a whole trip to IKEA and Floor and Decor in Naperville.
Oh, nice.
So, but then I stopped by Solomoth and wanted to pick up some beer because I was out there and they had a release. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to get this beer I haven't had in a couple of years. Yeah. And this guy like came up to me and started to talk to me, which usually I'm cool with, like normally.
Yeah.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'll talk to anybody at a bar.
Yeah.
And Kevin knows that. He's cool with it. Like he sometimes doesn't like to talk at bars. Sometimes like if we're at a show, he's like quieter than me, but because that's my time. Like, hey, I haven't talked to anybody about my coworkers in weeks. What's going on, world? And he talks to everybody all day. So he hears like crazy shit all day. So he's like, no one talk to me. I don't want to, I don't want to get in more conversations. I'm cool. I'm good. I've hit the quota. But so this guy sits next to me and he's like, can I get you a drink?
Whoa.
And I was like, I'm fine. Like I have to drive anyways. So like, I'm pretty much at the end of it. So no, but thank you though. And he kept trying to like ask me questions and like, I really wasn't feeling it. And it was, there's a difference between bar chat, which I'm very well versed in bar chat.
Okay.
And then someone trying to ask you a ton of questions and kind of
interview.
A little intrusive.
Yeah. And I was like,
what kind of questions were they?
It was stuff like, oh, where do you live? Where do you work?
Okay.
I don't like, first of all, I always think that's a creepy question of
It would have been
where
cool
do
if
you
he was
live?
like, if you were on a desert island,
weird.
what are the 3 things you would bring with you?
See, now I'm going to be thinking about that, but he
You can answer.
I'm trying to think about it. Let me get back to you on that. But then he starts like digging into it, and I was like, "Hey, yeah, okay." Like I wasn't being I wasn't reciprocating this conversation because I really didn't want to be on it, and he was being really aggressive about like buying me a drink, talking to me, and I finally, and I hate pulling this because I just feel like it's like a weird, shitty pull.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Hey, man, I'm married, so like." Back
You think
off.
that's shitty? I don't think that's shitty.
I think that's a great
at all.
move.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about it that feels, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not
so
married, so I guess I don't.
What I hate about it, and also it's the I have a boyfriend line, because, and I think we mentioned this a little bit last time, because then people think like, it has that connotation of, oh, I'm not talking to you because I'm married, not because I don't want to be in this conversation with you.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, I see.
they're
so
kind
it's
of separate.
Yeah, I
Like-
see exactly what you're saying. So it's not like instead of owning up and being like, hey, dude, I just hate you, you're just kind of like, oh, I'm married. And you're using that as
Right.
the cop out. I get it. Okay. That
Because
dynamic
I
makes
don't
sense.
like that. Because
Sure.
I mean, because it also kind of like, because I've had guys say like, oh, if Kevin wasn't here, and I'm like, if Kevin wasn't here, I still wouldn't fucking talk to you.
Yeah, whoa. Guys have said that?
Oh yeah. Or
That's
they're like, oh,
bogus.
if only you weren't in a relationship right now. I'm like,
Scum shit.
I told you that one time back at Quenchers, Rosie played a show. I believe she was pregnant at the time.
I don't think you told me this.
And a dude was hitting on her. And I think it's always funny because she's super
Why
awkward.
doesn't she come on this show ever?
She can't. It'll end her career.
Okay.
Yeah. But we can talk about her. That's fine.
All right.
But yeah, no, this dude was hitting on her. She's like, yo, dude, I'm pregnant as fuck. And my husband is right there. He was like, cool. And just kept talking her up. And she was like, I don't know what to do with this. And I was like, well, see you later. Have fun.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think is something that should be taken into consideration, maybe with both of these stories, is that you guys ever think that maybe because open relationships and the idea of that is so commonplace now, especially around Chicago, that maybe people don't now have the assumption of approaching a person and being like, oh, if they're with somebody, it doesn't matter because they could definitely most likely or maybe be
No, I think it's
polyamorous
mostly
or something
some sort
like
of
that.
social ineptitude where it's
Yeah.
just they don't.
I mean, yeah, there's
pick
cases
up
because
of
on
then
that,
this guy flashed his ring at me and was being
what the
super
fuck?
aggro about it.
Ugh.
And I was like, he's like, well, I was just going to buy you a drink. Like, you don't have to be such a bitch about it. Like, he didn't really say that, but
There's
I was
implications
like,
with that, though. There's implications when you
Yeah,
buy somebody
for sure.
a drink, a stranger a drink. There's implications behind that. And you can't say there's not. Nobody
No.
just goes
It's
up to
hard
someone
to-
who's like, "Do you want a drink?" And it's platonic.
I just
Like
don't
that
get how
doesn't
people don't,
exist unless you know them already.
Yeah.
Fuck off in those situations.
Yeah,
That,
what?
not to throw him under the bus, but there was a night I went out with Gabe and there was some girl there that he tried to chat up and she just wasn't having it. And he was like, all right, have a good night.
Yeah.
And just left her alone. And that was the end of that.
yeah.
2 seconds. He's like, all right. End of that. It's like, oh yeah, because you're a normal human fucking being,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's so
But some
weird when
dudes,
people
ugh.
really dig into it because it's like, I don't want to talk to you. And also, even if we were doing friendly bar chat and you bought me a drink, fine. But it also means I have to talk to you, that you're here. And I also never feel unsafe. I'm not one of those
Sure.
people where I'm like, ooh, I'm
Right.
gotta carry a knife or anything. I don't carry anything on me because chances of it being useful is pretty slim.
Yeah.
But also I have fake ass nails and I'm just gonna stab someone
there you
with.
go. Yeah. Just
So
do that fucking little shits.
but
will
yeah,
say-
I'm trying to
one-
think of the Mortal
there was-
Kombat character
there,
that has that. I can't think of her name.
I'm trying to think what it was. It was one of the last Something's Waiting shows that you came out to.
oh yeah.
And I remember I walked in and I could tell that you did not recognize that it was me right away. I was like, hey, and I sat next to you. I was like, what's up, dude? And you were just like, I was like, oh no. I was like, it's me. And you're like, oh, hey, what's up?
I think I remember that one because like I don't think I actually saw you. I think I only felt someone like tap me.
Yeah, like you were sitting right by the door.
Yeah,
and like I walked in.
Because I'm like, half the time I'm just being a space case, and I'm just like,
fair enough.
It's like when I go to the gym. So if I'm not like 100% paying attention, I'm not making eye contact with anybody.
Same.
Don't look at me.
Same.
Don't talk to me.
Same. I don't talk to anybody at the gym unless I'm going with a friend.
But sometimes like I'll be that at shows. Like I don't want to like make random eye contact because I don't want to start those conversations. If I'm open to conversations, I make the right, like, looking around,
right,
drinking, like, saying, like, oh, hi, like, to people that I know or something. But if it's just, like, random people, I'm just, like,
yeah, same. I'm not going to show.
1,000-mile stare.
Yeah.
I'm either going to a show to not watch any bands and hang out with my friends or watch my friends' bands, or B, I'm going to a show and I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like.
That's got to be difficult.
Because I want to see bands. I mean, no, not always. I mean, sometimes, like, I don't know. I like seeing people that I know if they're at a show. Like, that's cool. Sure. But, like, I keep a low profile. I'm not trying to meet new people. You know what's weird? When people are on Tinder, I talked about it in the last episode, and they're like, I'm here looking for new friends. My God. And it's just kind of like, man, get the fuck over it. Like, this is not the spot to be meeting new friends. Like, no. It's so fucking weird.
There is a portion of Bumble.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was talking about it last week.
Like friendship
and for networking. There's a business part of it too. Because
that feels weird.
I met people on Tinder and they're like, "Yeah, I'm on here for networking." I'm like, "Really?
Like, you got to switch over.
What kind of fucking networking? Like
look
sexual networking?
Sex networking?
Yeah, I don't know. Penile networking or something like." What? Who said this isn't LinkedIn? It's fucking Tinder, dude.
I also fucking hate LinkedIn.
I'm not on LinkedIn, so I don't have any.
Yeah,
I'm not professional enough to be on LinkedIn.
I unfortunately am, and I get people who, and this was super fucking creepy. It was like kind of nice at first, but then like the sales pitch, like we're always looking for like different solutions for different. Like it's not fun to talk about, but like our email signatures, like the one that we have now. Like, we actually can't even use it because it interacts so poorly with the updates of Microsoft Office.
Okay.
So a different signature company, because you can also get, like, data through your email signatures and stuff. So they sent me a gift.
On LinkedIn?
No, they found out through LinkedIn and, like, through, like, a coworker or something, or
what
just, like,
fuck?
Even my social media, that I was getting married. So they sent, and, like, that I like food. Like, that I'm a foodie. Because I think it might have even said that, like, as just, like, a fun aside, like, I love,
Wait, do
exploring.
they have that, like, LinkedIn?
Yeah, you can, like, write a bit about yourself. And, like, I haven't changed mine in years, but I'm, like, showing how adventurous I am. Like,
input, I like to travel, and I like Netflix.
Yeah, I like Netflix and food.
Skydiving.
I like traveling and having fun.
Yeah. God. What? Okay.
Cool. And so they found out I was getting married, and I was a foodie.
Yeah.
And sent me a fucking cookbook and like added me on LinkedIn. And it's like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's above and beyond.
That's insane. Yeah. That's weird.
And I like,
Did you ever use the cookbook though?
It is kind of cute, but no, because you have to write in it. It's like,
no.
It's called like shit I can cook super awesome or something, which I'm like, all right, you read the room. All right. Like, that's fun. Oh shit, because I actually had something, because then I was like, oh, it reminded me of something with online dating, and now
LinkedIn.
No, you know those fucking Match.com?
Yeah.
That stupid
I was just talking to somebody who was on Match.com.
That's the pay one, right?
Yeah, one of the pay ones.
I always paid because
Yeah, I pay too.
I mean, because
you can't even you can't use like any dating apps anymore. Like
unless you pay for it.
I mean, like the functionality is almost useless without it. Like. It's gotten so restricted, all these apps over there. I mean, I remember when Tinder was first Tinder and you could just go free for all. And now it's like, there's like, you can't sink enough money into it to like even match with people. It's fucked up.
Gotta make money.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those apps and like different things that have gone like public or whatever, like they like tanked almost like monetarily. So they have to do something to make cash. But I fucking hate the Match.com TV ad. And it's got this girl named Courtney, and she's like, I like nice guys. I don't want to play games. Come find me.
Come find me.
I just sat there. I was like
fuck you, Courtney.
Yeah,
alone or something.
Yes.
I found her social media and I sent it to Kevin. I was like, found that bitch
awesome.
Courtney
Hell
from
yeah.
Match.com.
Let's fuck her up.
It's just like,
That's awesome.
did you really find her? I was like, it took me 2 seconds.
Oh shit.
Holy shit.
That's crazy. Yeah, you know what? Oh, fuck. I
She's
wish I
an
remembered-
influencer. And I was like, fuck Courtney. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, Courtney.
I think I was just like drunk home alone on the couch.
yelling
Yeah,
at the
that's
TV.
sick.
Fuck her.
Courtney.
Man, fuck, I wish somebody had just told me about their experiences on Match.com. It was somebody I went on a date with. Clearly that didn't last, but fuck. Who was it?
enough.
Oh, it was that girl that was looking for friends that I was talking to that I mentioned on the last.
Why the fuck was she on
another good
Match.com?
story. So, I don't know. I already told this story on the podcast last time, but I will tell it again because I want your perspective on this
Okay.
too. So, I matched with someone. This is a while ago now. I mean, not that long ago, but a while enough ago where I matched with this girl. Thought she was super pretty, like out of my league pretty, where I was like, you sure you're like looking at my pictures? But okay. Like,
by
yeah, I know I'm hot as
accident.
fuck, but I'm hot as fuck to like a certain type of people.
Get your demo, I get
Yeah,
it,
you know
I
what I
get it,
mean?
yeah.
Like us guys, me and you know, we appeal to a certain type of people,
guys.
but like, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. But it was kind of a weird thing, and like, we matched and we hit it off, and I was like, damn, this is sick. We were talking on the phone and shit, and we met up, and but it was just weird. There was a lot of things that we didn't have in common. Like, she's very much into open relationships. It's not my bag.
Nope.
And like, and I respect it. You know what I mean? Do what
No,
you want to
I
do.
get it.
Do
But
you?
like,
Yeah.
I can barely keep one relationship going
Yeah, right.
together.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
I can't imagine
fucking
doing
too.
it. But you know, she didn't live in Chicago. She's only been in Chicago for a year with her family. She used to live in Dallas.
Oh, okay, I remember
And
this
she
one.
lives out here now. And she was kind of on Tinder to just meet new people, like romantically or for friends, I guess. And I kind of get that if you don't know somebody here. And
Yeah.
like,
You're new in town.
it's turned into a friendship, kind of, which is weird. But like, I'm like, I have no desire to be to be this person's friend at all. Because I've got fucking friends, you know.
I could always use more.
To get to the story, like basically, like, you know, we were talking, and like, I'm an adult now, and she was a little
Debatable.
younger than me, but I was just kind of like, all right, like, what's going on here? With like, so we hung out one night, and we were talking about, you know, each other and just what we think about things and feel about things, and like, there was a lot of things that didn't mesh well. She comes from a super religious family, I don't, and like, I think in turn she's a little bit super religious, and
happens.
you know, she I don't know, we just didn't have a lot of like common ground, but like, I was just kind of like, I like this person, they're so different and they're really attractive. Like, you know, when you match with somebody online and you look at their pictures and you're like, okay, they're hiding something, so you'll be prepared to be maybe a little disappointed.
Oh my
in
God,
person.
I have
Well,
never
not like- well,
It's hiding something.
not like that. I mean, like, they might not look as attractive in real life as they do in their pictures. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
You know,
The
and it's like-
angles.
exactly. So it's just kind of like, you know, like, you'll see somebody and I'm like, all right, these are angles. We'll see how it vibes in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way, like, there's more of a chance to do that. And I thought that was the case for this, but it wasn't at all. She was like, I was like, whoa, shit, you are like, I don't understand this. You know what I mean? But I'm like, all right. And, but it was weird because we would be talking, and when we would come up to disagreements, and I'd be like, yeah, I don't really do shit like that. Like, open relationships, I was like, yeah, I don't do it. And it was like, every time I would say that, though, she would kind of like go back on her own points, and she'd be like, yeah, I could see how that's ridiculous. And, you know, maybe you're right on that. Or like, it was kind of like she was just agreeing with everything I was saying.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah, and kind of like diverting from the real questions. And I was like, yeah, this is weird. So we hung out again a second time, which was really weird because it was that night you dropped me off at Kohl's.
Oh, yeah.
In the van. So I roll up in Bill's rusted van, and I'm just like, she didn't see it, but I went inside, and like, Kohl's is like insane, and this person doesn't even drink, and I didn't even know that because I was like, let's meet up at a bar. Like, she suggested we meet it up at the Green Mill on the first date, that old school jazz
Yeah,
bar.
no, I've been there.
Yeah, I almost got kicked out because I was talking too much there. And yeah, but
That's awesome.
That feels like something that would happen to me.
but she suggested
Miss,
the bar,
you need to
and
shut
then
the fuck up.
and she wasn't
please.
even drinking though. And I was just like, "Oh, do you want a drink? I'll buy you one." She was like, "No, I'm good." And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm
So
not
she
going to
didn't
drink.
like explicitly say like I don't.
No,
drink?
she didn't. And like, I'm not a big. Well, she does drink, but very, 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 very seldomly.
Oh,
Like, I'll
Is
drink.
there
Like,
a reason?
I never found out.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's the religious thing. But so let me dive down further into this story.
Okay.
So if I'm on a date with somebody and they're not drinking, I'm not a big drinker myself. So
Right.
like, I'm totally like, oh yeah,
Okay,
I don't
I'm
need
not
a drink
drinking.
then. Like,
Right.
fuck yeah, I've saved my money. I don't want to buy a drink anyway. Like, fuck yeah. I'm glad you don't want to drink, you know? So like, I didn't know that at that point on that date, but the second date, I was like, let's meet at Kohl's. It's a bar. And like, we met up. It was way too intense in there. And she was like, can we, like, we were seeing people like selling cocaine. And I was just like,
Jesus.
yeah, I don't know if she had ever seen that before, but I was just like, oh, we could go like across the street to Revolution. It's a lot more chill there. And she's like, yeah, let's do that. And I bought her a drink, but I was just like, because she was like, yeah, I'm not gonna have anything. I was like, well, we were gonna go to Kohl's anyway. I was like, do you not drink? Like, what's up with that? And she was just like, no, I do, just very, very little. I'm like, is there anything on here you'd want? Like, I'll pop for it. Like, it's not a big deal.
Like
and so she got a drink and I got a drink. Yeah,
something.
she got some alcohol, like cocktail.
Some alcohol.
Yeah, it was good, but like, it was weird. And then like, I started to find like, finally, because we were talking about things again and like completely coming to disagreements on certain things, but she would keep like diverting the questions and like rerouting the conversation somewhere else. So, you know, she lives by me too. So she was like giving me rides home and I was like, fuck yeah.
Sick.
Like, I don't want to pay for an Uber.
Yeah.
And like, we had,
That must be nice to feel like you can just get in someone's car.
yeah, it is. It is nice. It doesn't happen a lot.
Not
I'll
worry
give you
about
that. It
being
doesn't
taken off to
happen a
some
lot.
No, I had
field.
somebody like, oh, I'll
man.
drive you home. I'm like, no, that's cool. Like the red light's
Normally,
right there. I can just get
that's-
on the fucking. He's like, no, I'll take you home. And I was like,
That's me though. I normally don't take rides from people, but like it's
Yeah,
really late.
I
and we
would
were
wanna
really far.
keep
And I'm
it.
just
Yeah.
like fuck it. But yeah, normally I don't do it. Normally I'm just like I'm gonna get my own way home. Like you
right.
do your thing.
So you just
but,
got in this woman's car and you
I
guys.
had already been in her car
Saved a
once.
couple
so I knew we were
bucks, so,
good.
yeah.
Well, I trust her at that point. I'm
Yeah.
like I can hold
Fair
my
enough.
own. Like whatever. But on the way home, we were listening to like she had a Jennifer Lopez CD in her car. I was like, all right, this is sick.
Okay.
And like we were talking about like all these sick Jennifer Lopez hits. And then she was like, she told me that when she was growing up, she wasn't allowed to listen to secular music or non-secular music.
Okay.
Which one's
non-religious music.
yeah? What
right?
is that?
I don't know.
Non-secular music?
Sure.
I've never heard it.
Yeah, she
said
wasn't
like
allowed
that,
to
but
listen
that
to
makes sense.
non-secular music, and I'm like, whoa! I was like, is that really like your dynamic? And she's like, yeah, kind of. And I'm like,
what's the Christian metal label? Like, what was that?
Face Down Records.
No, what was the other
That's
one?
one of them.
There's another one.
Tooth and
There's a big
Nail.
one.
Solid State.
Solid State.
Yeah.
She can only listen to Solid State bands.
Yeah, she doesn't fuck with.
I really
metal.
like Absolutely Die.
And so she like dropped me off, and then I was just like, okay. And I told her, I was like, hey, listen, like we've seen each other a couple times now. Like I'm into you, but like you know what is going on here? Like what do you actually think about this stuff? And like what is your stance in it? And she was just like, listen, she told me she was like, I didn't know how to give straight answers. She's like, like I'm not really in a position. She's like, I do want to keep continuing open relationship dating, and like. You know, that's something that I want, and that's
you
something
said she
that I
wasn't in a relationship.
She wasn't.
Right.
No, she wasn't seeing anybody at the moment. But she was just saying, she was like, I want to keep openly dating people and I don't want to, you know, be monogamous. And, but she's like, but I don't want to say that because I like you. And I know you're not down with that. And I'm like, that's very sweet of you, but like say it because it doesn't make any sense if you don't. And I was just
Right.
like, there's no, and I told her, I was like, look, there's nothing wrong with that. I was like, if we don't see eye to eye on that shit, that's totally fine. Like, I don't feel fucked over or anything.
different strokes
And it was
for
cool. It
different
was so civil. I haven't had an interaction like that in forever.
That's nice.
And like,
Yeah.
and it was just like, wow, like I'm doing this and like, this is nuts, but hell yeah. Like, cause normally like I would be kind of pissed about like, well, why the fuck are you like stringing me along when you know, like my, intentions are one way and yours are completely different. But like, I mean, I don't know. I was just kind of like, hey, I mean, nothing serious happened. And like, I did enjoy the company and like the dates we went on. And I was just like, yeah, if that's not your thing, that's totally cool. That's not my thing. That's totally cool as well. Like, no harm, no foul type shit. And then she was just like, well, can we still be friends? And like, part of me is just like, ugh, fuck. And I'm like, part of me is just like, I don't mind. Like, yeah. Like, and it's like, we're already friends at that point. You know what I mean? We've hung out a bunch and like talked a bunch. It's like, I kind of said, I was like, well, we're already friends, right? Like, yeah. And
isn't that kind of implied?
yeah. And I was just kind of, and I'm like, what am I supposed to say? No. Like, what am I going to be like? No. And look like an asshole? Like,
I'm out.
yeah, because she does know, because I did mention when she was like, yeah, I'm also trying to meet new friends. And I was like, yeah, I'm not. She was like, why? And I'm like, because I have friends. I'm good on my friends. Like, I'm good. I'm not on Tinder to look for fucking friends. That'd be the last place I'd ever go to.
Sometimes if it happens naturally, though, and like you
and I don't
make a
mind it.
friend and you're like, yeah.
I have met friends on Tinder, or at
This
least
is great.
acquaintances. Like, I don't even know if I'd call this a friendship, but like an acquaintance Tint's ship is definitely more along those lines. And that's, it is what it is. And I don't have like nothing against it. Like, it's cool. And we like text on occasion.
That's fun.
We've been texting. Yeah. And it's cool because I get to talk to her about shit. Like, yeah, I'm going on this date, and like, kind of get a different perspective on shit. But like, she's also just kind of fucking like, I think, stupid. Like, in weird ass ways. Like the other day we were texting and she was like,
that was like not what I was expecting you to say at all.
No, I was not expecting.
She's like, stupid.
Listen to this fucking story. This is good. So
she doesn't listen to the podcast.
She works at a school that like deals with remedial kids, like kids that do bad shit.
Yeah.
And like she was just like, yeah, some of these kids are fucking badass. And I'm like, oh, like they're cool. She's like, no, one of these kids like almost got arrested for raping somebody. And I was like, what? Like, what? I was like, that's
not badass.
That's the
opposite of badass.
What is she, an alien?
So this is what happened. She was just like, yeah, like it's she was like, yeah, these kids, I'm telling you, they're badass. And I was like,
ESO.
Listen, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, yeah, I still don't know. And I was like, why are you saying they're badass? When I was like, do you realize badass means like cool? And like, you could just say they're horrible children because that's what this would imply. And I was just like, don't. I was like, I hope you're not fucking using that. I don't
left
know.
and right.
I think she's just like, she's so bad at
she takes care of these badass kids that are.
She's just like bad at texting, dude.
Oh, they're really cool. What do they do? Oh, they rape.
And I still never got to the bottom of that. I'm like, well, clearly she knows it's fucked up, but I wanted to call her and be like, hey, if you're ever going to talk to anybody else about this shit, like you have to
make sure you're using the right words.
I did tell her that, but like, she texts really fast and like messes up words all the like. She'll send me text and I'm like, yo, I was like, have you looked at anything you just said? Because I can't make out one word. Like, how am I supposed to respond to that? You know what I mean? Like that.
I do think adults who have grown up in that really religious, really sheltered lifestyle, they're kind of weird.
Yeah, which seems to be the case here.
Like, there's just something that got missed. Like, they weren't socialized enough. It's like when you get a dog and you don't let it, like, meet other dogs when it's a kid, a little puppy.
Yeah, once it gets older, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. It sounds kind of like...
Just like Rosie. She grew up with a like pretty religious background, and it's been fun because it's like we always joke that she lives under a rock. So whenever something comes up, we're like, "Did that get under your rock at all? Did you get that one? Did you get that reference? You know what that is?" But it's also so fun because like, they're like, I remember the funniest thing ever. We went to go see a movie, and her and our friend Alex went to see Jurassic Park, and she had never seen it before. I was like, man, I kind of want to see her reaction to it. And I forgot I think we saw.
Was she not allowed to watch it because it's non-secular?
Kind of, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, when she was a kid, she had to like cut out the lyrics to like Marilyn Manson records and stuff like that because if her parents found it, they would have like flipped the fuck out.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's so weird because like, because my parents are religious.
Yeah.
But they're not like weird religious.
Not like strict about it.
No. Well, and also they're just like normal fucking people, so they don't really take anything to some weird extremes. Like, when I lived in New York, they were like, "Oh, you should move in with your boyfriend because then we know you're not alone." Like,
oh yeah, shit like that. They're normal parents, yeah. So they're like adults, like or modern thinking at least.
Yeah, and my mom made some fucking comment. She's like, the week before we got married, my mom goes, "Oh, you won't be living in sin anymore. That's nice, honey." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, totally just like fucking with me.
She's like,
and I was like, I don't even really know what to say to that because I wasn't ready. But she was like, said something. She's like, well, you kind of sowed your oats for a while. And I'm like, that's kind of a fucking weird way to put it, but okay.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks. You calling me a slut, Mom? Calling me a slut there, Mom?
Well, I mean,
Thanks.
Yeah. My mom's... my mom said some whack shit about dating to me, but sometimes she says some shit that's like, oh, I get it. Like, that's good advice. Whack shit
she said?
Just like ideas. She's like, why don't you guys go see a movie? And I'm like, Mom, no, I'm trying to get fucked up. Like, or whatever. It's
I
just
thought you were going to stop it. I'm trying to get fucked.
That
like,
too sometimes, but it's just like, it's just like, no. Or my mom, it's just like, I don't know. Anybody that's out of touch with dating, clearly like parents who have been married for over 30 years will not have a clue like what it's, it's like people who get out of relationships for 3 years, jump back on online dating and they're like, holy shit, this is already so different.
Well,
like,
that's what happened to me when I moved back from New York. I had been in a relationship for 3 years and Tinder hadn't existed before that.
Oh, okay.
So when I got back into it, I was like, what is happening? What's going on? Also, because I was thinking about this because Kevin's in recovery, so he doesn't drink or smoke or anything.
Sure.
But I get it because he has a reason for it.
Yeah, of course.
And he is great at expressing his emotions, which is super fucking hot. And we can like have conversations about it. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. But there'd be other people I would see that are like, I don't drink. And I'm like, I don't fucking trust it. And even Kevin said, he's like, I don't trust people who just say they don't drink.
Wow.
He's like,
in what way?
Well, because sometimes people won't specify, or they're like, well, I couldn't handle it, so I just stopped.
Oh.
And Kevin calls them dry drunks. So they didn't take care of any of the underlying issues about why they're drinking, but they have the ability to just white knuckle it through.
Uh-huh.
And so they're always kind of fucking weird. Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. If you don't drink a lot, that's fine. I wish I could want to drink less.
Sure, yeah,
Not that I'm like an alcoholic by any stretch, but, you know, I like craft beer and, you know, we go out on the weekends. Normal shit.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that
but
shit.
But then when people are like, oh, I don't really drink. And so he's like, why?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't
can you not and anytime someone says they can't handle something that doesn't like, because sometimes people like flat out say like, oh, I'm in recovery.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, I get it. 100% understand right off the bat.
Sure.
People say they can't handle something. I'm always weary. Like, what? Why? What?
What in your past has led up to you being able to say,
when you say you can't handle something, in what way? And why, like, what are you doing? Like, what steps are you taking? Because, like, I don't say you have to drink, because that's definitely not what I'm saying. But as someone who's done a lot of fucking work on themselves and goes to therapy every other week, like, if someone's not actively, like, hey, I can't really drink, like, I've had some issues with it in the past, but I'm, like, working on myself. I'm always like, cool, that's fucking awesome. Working on yourself sucks.
Sure,
sucks a lot, but you get somewhere. And actually, because I started seeing I started seeing my therapist right before I met Kevin, and it was like probably the only reason we stayed in a relationship. Because there was definitely moments at the start where I was still in some of my old bullshit. Definitely was a self-sabotager. Like if something started to go anywhere good, be like
I'm out. Man.
All right, well, I'm gonna put some gasoline all over this and light a match and walk away and be like, fuck it.
See, I would do that if it went good or bad, or if I started to go somewhere bad. I'm like, fuck, I'm jumping ship now. You know, which is stupid, but.
I mean, if it goes bad when you first start seeing somebody, you need to get the fuck out of
the beginning
there.
of this podcast, which was like a clear sign of me being like, all right, I gave this a fair shot, and this is not making sense.
Yeah,
but it's interesting. The drinking thing, like. I'm not a big drinker, but I will drink. Like I will go out on a date to a bar and have a couple beers. I will do that.
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
You know, but I'm
not saying people should be drinkers. That's not.
No, I see what you're saying. When somebody's overtly like, I don't drink, like they put it out there as like this is something you need to know. It's like on that level, like because there are some people that just don't drink and they can hang at bars and just like like basically like you'll go, dude. I mean, how many friends of ours are like alcoholics?
Oh,
a lot.
Yeah, I got a lot of them.
A lot, and that's fine. Like, I mean, it's like we're the type of dudes that'll like buy people, drinks just because it's fun, and like they're cool.
Well, I used to do that thing where I used to go to Brixie's like once a week with a couple of friends, and I just wouldn't drink.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hang out.
Same, and that's like. And you know what? Like, I like drinking sometimes, but it's just like, it's not part of I smoke way more than I drink. And even then, it's like, well, there's my vice, like, and,
I think somebody was asking about it once, like, and I was like, dude, I still have a vodka bottle in my freezer that I got when I had like my housewarming thing. And that was like 4.5 years ago.
I got a good story.
That's how little I drink. And I'm like, I've had some sips off of it, like every once in a great while. But,
oh man, I bought myself a really nice bottle of gin from Three Floyds in their new distillery.
They make gin now?
They have a whole separate distillery.
What?
And I spent way too much money on this bottle of fucking gin. It's like $70.
Oh. Which, I don't think that's bad.
For good gin?
But I've had my other two bottles of gin. One of them had like the 2011 like batch number on it. And Kevin was like, how do you still have this?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't understand how you can just have a bottle of gin and not touch it. And I'm like, well, sometimes like we don't have mixers. You don't really drink gin straight, and I don't really want it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you just haven't.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a bottle of tequila I never open.
Gabe gave me a bottle of Jameson for Christmas. I was like, that's
Why didn't Gabe give me a Christmas gift?
Because you're not in a band with him.
I could be.
All right. Want to play guitar, bass, and something is waiting? Go for it.
Yeah, I could do it. Just give
Somebody
me
else do it. I'm out.
Just get another robot.
Here's a good story, though. I got
We're
a good story
getting
about.
there.
I have a good story about somebody that was I had been talking to that was overtly like, I don't drink.
Yeah.
And it was, you know this, I'm pretty sure. This was a while ago. This was last year. It was
refreshing.
So I was talking to this girl, matched with her, really pretty, same kind of situation as before. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And on her profile, she explained that she was vegan and she was sober. And I was like, oh, cool. But she smokes weed. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I smoke weed. But
I would have moved along.
you know, anyway,
Yeah.
but we were having a really good conversation,
Sounds
and I
like
was
a
like,
fucking
"Oh shit,
buzzkill."
this is cool." We were having a good conversation. It was
Yeah.
going well, and like,
Yeah.
I don't mind if people are vegan. I don't give a fuck about that. Like,
No,
I don't give a shit.
I
About
don't
any of
either.
it. And I don't give a shit about any. But like, if somebody's just, you know, I never like when she was like, "I'm sober." I kind of thought like, "Oh, she probably went through some shit, and now she doesn't
Yeah.
drink." Whatever, you know.
Totally.
Like, I don't think too much about it, but it was just kind of like fucked up because like. Of what happened, which I will get to, but it was really hard to think of date ideas when you're not drinking. You know what I mean? It's a lot of hard shit to do. But I came up with a lot, and like,
yeah.
Say there's plenty
you
of
know,
stuff to
we
do.
went out. We would go
Chuck
out
E.
for
Cheese
like
is a good place.
we would go out for dinner
Yeah.
and shit. And
Red pizza.
there was one night, so we had seen each other once. We went out to Pick Me Up Cafe. Actually,
Yeah.
that's like my
Ah,
spot.
it's your
Yeah,
spot,
and we went there and it was good. And but she works. I don't know if she still does. She worked in Lincoln Park at like she was a manager of a thrift store.
Okay.
And but she lived in Elgin with her mom, which is a
shit.
pretty hard. Yeah, it's a pretty
That's a
far hike.
trek.
Yeah, it's like a 45-minute hour drive. So
It has to be more than that.
yeah, it might
traffic
be.
is probably brutal.
Elgin is far.
But anyway, like we would go on these dates. It wouldn't go too late because she was like, "Yeah, I got to get home because I got to get up for bed early." I'm like, "Yeah, no worries." Like
I
I'm
got
gonna
a power long.
yeah, and I was like,
commute to
"Yeah,
do.
absolutely. Don't worry about it.
Jesus.
Like I'm gonna go home. You know, cool." And we had met once, and then we had planned. It was on like a Sunday or something, and then we had plans for I made plans with her for the following weekend, where we were gonna go to. I was gonna take her to Chicago Diner.
Fuck yeah.
And
Yeah.
like
I love that
we
place.
were gonna go
Rules,
get
yeah.
like vegan shakes then at Bite Cafe after, you know, like I'm trying to think of like ideas. I'm like, all right, cool, sober ideas, you know, and so, but before then we had hit it off so well that in the middle of the week she was like, hey, she was like, would you want? She was like, I really want to see you. Like, do you want to go get some like coffee or something? I'm like,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
sure, like fuck yeah. And I looked like shit specifically on this day, but I was like, yeah, we could hang out. Like, okay, and we did, and it was good, and then we had like our big plans, but it was really weird. Like so everything was going cool. We were talking, conversation was great. Like
Yeah.
throughout the entire time we met up, we went to dinner at Chicago Diner. Things were really cool. A couple of times I'm thinking, and I think this must've been it, but like I had mentioned that like I wasn't into doing hookups anymore just because like I'm not into it anymore. And like, she like would kind of slide in some implications about it, and I'd be like, no, you know, I'm not, I wouldn't say that, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't do hookups. Like it doesn't work for me, you know? And she said she was cool with it. So this was actually after a podcast, this date. It was another Sunday. I had driven cause I was coming from here. So I drove out to meet her. And she obviously drove because she lives in Elgin, and we were both at Chicago Diner, the one on Milwaukee in Logan Square.
Yeah.
And Bite Cafe is there's a drivable distance from there. It's like 10, 15 minute
Yeah.
drive. And we finished dinner. Everything was cool. Like,
Oh, I think I remember
yeah,
this.
you do remember
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
So we finished dinner. Everything was great. And I was like, all right, like we were walking out and I was just kind of like, you know, oh, let's go to like Bite. And I was just like, and she was like, yeah, how do you want to do it? I'm like, well, I could just meet you there. And I drove my car too. Cause the previous times we had hung out, I didn't, cause I was coming from work or somewhere. And like I was taking the train.
Yeah.
But this time I was like, yeah, I got my car. So I'll just meet you over there. And she's like, all right. And I'm literally pulling up to Bite Cafe, and I get a text on my phone, and the text says, hey, like, I think I'm just going to head home. Like, have a good night.
That's so weird.
And I was just like, what the fuck? And like, I tried calling her, and I was going to be like, yo, is everything okay?
Right.
She didn't pick up. And then I was like, yo, I'm like here right now. Like, what's going on? And like, then she said something along the lines of, she's like, well, like, I feel like you're not really into me. And I'm like, what? I was like, I was having a good night. Like, until now. I was like, what? And she was like, well, like, we were driving separate, which was weird. And I wanted to be like, what? I would be like, what am I going to drive? Like, why wouldn't we do that? You know what I mean? Does it matter? Like, it was just really fucking weird.
Yeah.
And literally, it was just so fucking
Unless she wanted to
strange.
make out in the car.
Yeah, but she could have just said that, you know, and I would have been like, oh, yeah, sure.
Maybe she's trying to be subtle.
Right.
But still, you know what I mean? It's like if both of our cars were there, one of us would end up walking. I would have walked her to her car, and that could have happened there. You know, I've done that many times. But it's just like, it was just super fucking weird. It was really weird. And I didn't know.
What happened after that?
She texted me a couple days later apologizing, saying that it wasn't cool, but then nothing. And it was the most empty bullshit apology I'd ever gotten. I was just like, I told her, I was like, this sounds like it's an apology more for yourself than you actually mean it towards me. And this is fucking ridiculous. And
yeah.
I don't know what had happened. I have no clue what had happened.
That's weird. I mean,
yeah.
But like, what about the hookup? Was that like her plan was to hook up?
Maybe,
and then
I think she just was thinking that I wasn't into her because I didn't want to hook up with her.
Oh.
And that therefore defined that I wasn't into her. However, I was spending money on
hanging out with her all the time.
Yeah, it's like, what, dude? Yeah, I'm into you, you fucking weirdo. It was so fucking weird. It was really strange. And like, I don't know if I would equate that obviously to the fact that she doesn't drink, but maybe there's something linked there that I just never knew. But
no, I don't know. That's weird. People are weird.
They are fucking weird. That was a weird one.
I mean, and I feel like I was thinking about this. I feel like I had way better stories last time, and now I can't.
It's okay.
I'm like, oh, I don't want to have a disappointing sequel.
No, you're good. This is
not going to be Ghostbusters 2.
I'm trying to remember some because I remember
that's actually a good sequel.
After that is a good sequel.
Yeah, I like that movie.
It's a fun movie.
The third one, not so good, but
didn't see it. I'm not going to.
It's all right.
You gonna see the fourth one?
What's the fourth one?
The one with all the kids from fucking Stranger Things.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's
Isn't
like
Dan Aykroyd in it though?
Yeah.
Wait, is it out yet?
No, it's coming out.
It looks kind of cute though.
It looks weird.
You know what? I'm so sick of all this bullshit now that Stranger Things is huge that everything is trying to fucking copy it. Not just the kids, but everything is the same. Like there's that new show on Netflix that's like, it's called I Am Not Okay With This. It's with the kids from It. And one of the dudes from It. And it's just like, oh, great. And It is, you know what I mean? It's just like.
It's another like superhero-esque.
It's the same shit. Yeah, it's just like,
I saw that too.
This is so stupid. It's just like, why is this a trope now? Offbeat kids superhero horror shows.
Everyone loves an offbeat kid.
I guess, clearly, because people are making this shit like.
I mean, it'll probably get canceled after like a season or two. That's usually what happens.
I don't know. But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to digress there.
No.
But
I don't.
Well, you're married now, so you're not supposed to be having like insane date stories.
Right, but I have like a whole arsenal of previous.
Yeah.
I feel like we only like scratched the surface when we talked about it in the last episode.
I know, and it was funny because we'll think of stories like we'll be out and about and like, oh, I want to have a fucking date here or something.
Oh yeah, and then you're like, oh yeah, and then it comes flooding back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember.
Because afterwards, I even said, "Oh shit, there's like 10 things I wish I would have said."
Right.
And now I'm like,
thinking about it.
Shit, my purse is over
there.
there.
Like writing these down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was what the story was that you told. There was one that was like insane. I'm trying to remember what the guy did.
Was that the guy that got fucking blasted on the? I think I told that one last time.
What did he do?
He wrote a goodbye letter to Chicago that got fucking.
Oh yeah,
that one I did.
Yeah,
that one, but there was another one.
There was another one where it was just like a really. I'm trying to remember. It was an awkward date that you had. It was the first date or something like that. And like, I'm trying to think what the guy did. I just remember like hearing it, and just being like, "Who the fuck goes out and does something like I don't know." I just can't remember it for the life of me.
And I'm trying to think because I'm like, wow, I didn't have a ton of really, really bad dates. Mm-hmm. There was one that was so boring and he started to kind of.
How boring was it?
Well, it was so boring. I was like, oh, it seems like you're having a kind of.
Fair enough.
I felt bad, but like we couldn't think of anything to fucking talk about, which is impressive for me.
That's amazing.
It's because I can talk about literally anything for an extended period of time, whether I know about it or not.
That guy just had like no life.
I don't remember, and because we went to Rossi's downtown because it's like one of the 2 dive bars. Yeah, I love that place. And fucking like we couldn't get anywhere.
That's
like, not that
weird.
it was bad, but just we had no fucking conversation. He's like, I feel really bad, but like, I'm really sick today and stuff. I was like, dude, I get it. Like, if you're super fucking tired and you don't feel well, just go home. I'm not going to feel like I'm not going to be bummed out about it. Like, do what you got to do, bro. And he's like, yeah, I'm really sorry. And I was like, that's okay. I'm like, he's like, oh, I'll walk you out. I was like, no, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'll just call my Uber and, you know,
Peace.
bye. And I just
Yeah.
ended up like coming back and just sitting at the bar for a while longer, just being like, I'm just going to have a couple more drinks
Yeah,
to
fuck
even
that.
this fucking out.
Awesome.
Because what else am I going to, and I ended up talking to like this old dude at the bar because he was like a flight attendant.
All right.
And-
That guy's got to have some stories.
He did.
Yeah.
And I got like some fun conversation out of it. Not by anyone I wanted to have sex
Right.
with, but
Hey, there you go. You know, it's something.
Yeah.
Conversation is something.
What
I
was,
feel like
like,
I kill with conversation
What's
on
someone
days.
like? What's like the worst like first date you ever been on?
oh, that one. Well, I mean, the one with the
That was
other
pretty
guy.
bad.
The
Yeah.
other guy who my parents still are like, tell about that milk guy. Like,
Oh, I
my
remember
mom will
that.
be
Yeah,
like,
you mentioned it last
yeah,
time. Yeah.
that's the one that my parents keep for like.
That's what they remember.
Did I talk about the guy who went to go live on a fucking farm for like 6 months?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I remember that too. Yeah.
I was like, shit, because now I'm like, there has to be, because like there's so many other bad fucking dates. One of them I did go on, and it was like a guy I was kind of seeing in New York before I met Jonathan, my ex, and I felt kind of bad. I was really hungover because I had, like, we weren't exclusive or anything that like was said out loud. So by
Yeah.
New York rules, and truly any rules, if you don't fucking say anything about it, you're probably not,
Yeah.
exclusive. You should have that conversation. But I had kind of hooked up with this other guy. Like, we'd messed around the night before. I was really fucking hungover. We had tickets to see The Room with Tommy Wiseau.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Tommy Wiseau was there.
Oh shit.
Was he playing catch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah,
He was
I've
playing
seen that
catch and
shit,
everything.
yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
so
you know that.
fucking amazing. And we get there and like, I'm hungover, so I'm not drinking. I mean, I guess you could, but I wasn't. And he brought a fucking book on this date. Because he was like, well, I'm kind of bored. And he started to read it in the middle of seeing The Room, which is one of the most
Okay.
batshit bonkers movies ever.
Yeah, it's not a
How
boring
can you
movie to
not
watch.
watch that?
Had he never seen it before?
No.
Okay.
But I hadn't seen it before, but I like knew about it.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's
but,
cool.
like-
you guys were both going in cold. Wow.
Dude, that's
I'm
awesome.
like, now I watch that movie and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to watch this. I've seen this like 8 times. Like,
Right, but it's just so fucking
Yeah, the
batshit.
first
time
and
it's
to
just
see Tommy was
revolutionary,
so
yeah.
there, like he's there answering questions.
Right.
And
I
it's
remember the
fucking,
first time I saw that movie too. I
it's
think
so
everybody has a
fucking
story
good.
like that.
Well, like I was at Brian Rosie's and like they were talking about it and they're like, this movie is like insane. And I was like, sounds crazy. And they're like, well, here, let's like put it on for like a minute just so you can see. Because even the beginning's like crazy. And we're like, no, keep it going. No, and then we watched the whole
Yeah.
fucking thing.
It's
'cause
so
you couldn't
fucking-
stop watching it.
No,
Yeah.
and we keep trying to do like one of the midnight showings at the Music Box.
Oh, fuck yeah.
and-
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
We but he like Tommy Wiseau was answering questions and people are like playing catch with him and he's like
People bring a bunch of
Was
spoons.
he
or
cool?
Yeah, the
forks, whatever.
spoons.
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau or the guy.
Was it Tommy was so cool?
I mean, he's fucking Tommy. He's insane.
Yeah.
I've heard he's
fucking-
like relatively like cordial at all those things.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go up and ask a question or anything. I was just there to kind of like witness it all.
That's an
Yeah.
experience. For
Yeah.
Sure.
And he just like,
Is he aware that this is like ironically good?
There's a really good How Did This Get Made podcast where
Yeah.
they talked to, was it Greg
Estero or whatever his
Estero?
name.
I almost want to say Nicotero, but isn't that the
Different
like,
guy, I think.
like special effects guy or something like that?
Yes.
Check it out. It's great because he talks about how they toured on this movie and like, yeah, Tommy Wiseau would like answer questions, but then there'd be like moments he said where he kind of like slink off and was clearly like depressed because some of it is like, oh, these people like my movie not because it's this great movie, but because it's so bad. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And in his head, it is this amazing film. But
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's, I mean,
It's
and
so
he
crazy.
plays up to it in the, but he won't directly answer any of your questions. But
Sure.
this guy just sat there and he's like, I'm not drunk enough to be at this. And I'm like,
You don't need to be drunk enough. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I was stone cold sober
Me
when
too,
I saw it
yeah.
the first
yeah.
time.
And he just like wasn't having fun. And again, broad fucking book.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's some
I was
weird
just
ass
like-
shit. I'd be like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
it's like it's as
Bring a
weird
book
as
to
like
a
seeing
movie.
a dude
It's
bringing a
dark.
book
How
to
are you
like
gonna
a,
read a book in a dark ass movie theater?
Right.
You guys ever
stupid
see this? The
idiot?
guy bringing the book at a concert?
Oh, no, I have
fucking hate
not.
those guys.
Yeah, I want
I've
to
seen
kick
it, like,
those dudes
oh.
out of that. I want to kick
Like,
those
get
books
the
out of their
fuck
hands.
out.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
what are you
worse than being on
doing?
your phone.
No.
Yeah.
Being on your phone is fine, but it's just like you're gonna bust a fucking book out at a show? Like,
No,
Yeah.
fuck you.
okay, Mr. High and Mighty. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, I just remember.
I saw that Fireside Bowl of all places.
Oh,
the
I love that
shittiest
place.
fucking
You
like.
saw the room there?
No. A guy reading a book during a show.
Oh.
That
what
must
show?
also be super insulting because like that place isn't big.
It was in between bands, but
Oh.
still, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Was he in a band?
Nah, just some fucking kid.
Weird.
We're gonna go there for my birthday.
Really?
Oh, really? Fuck
Yeah, well, every year I do. Well, does anyone here watch Letterkenny?
No, I've never seen it.
It's so funny.
I know people love
I've
it.
seen a lot of like memes from it.
Oh.
That's funny.
Because the guy Derry, he has a super soft birthday. So this year I'm calling it Megan's super soft birthday, and I have a feeling my friends are planning more for me to make this as super soft as humanly possible. Hot Pink's onesies have been brought up, so we'll see. We'll see
What is super soft birthday?
like
what is
cupcakes, ponies, pink,
like not
boas,
hard as fuck, but
right.
soft as fuck. Okay.
Soft as fuck. Soft as fuck
enough.
birthday.
Okay.
And so
I want a hard as fuck birthday where we dress up as gang members.
Well,
and
it's
like,
super
I was
funny
gonna say,
because
your 21st was hard as fuck,
my 21st.
right? Or was that the 22nd?
That was my 20. Oh, that was my 23rd birthday.
well, it's funny because they had super
Yeah, that
soft,
was ugh.
That was
super
hard as
soft
fuck, bro.
birthday, and then they have super hard Easter, where they just get fucked
Yeah.
up
That's fair.
and do like a Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, see, I'd rather do that on like a holiday like that than a birthday.
Yeah.
I'd rather get fucked up on Christmas or like Hanukkah or Kwanzaa even. Shit, man.
I feel like I'm always a little drunk for Christmas.
when I
Everybody
go see my family, I have to be. Now I'm like waiting to go back there and get high as fuck and just be like, yo, now I'll talk to your kids and I'll show them some real shit.
God.
Be like,
Told
yo,
you
you
last
kids,
time,
you kids
like-
ever hear of rotten.com? What are you, 6?
I like
Want to see some shit?
I like genuinely forgot about my cousins like little kids, and I was driving up. I was by myself, and in my car, I verbally out loud was like, "Fuck!" As soon as I saw the one kid out front, I was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah.
Yeah, they suck.
I mean,
Well,
kids, man.
that's so funny. Yeah, that's.
He was also a guy, and I can't remember which thing came first. That had to have come first, and I think we like went home and we're doing some sexy shit, and I was like,
did you bust out a book?
no, I should have.
Yeah.
At that point, I don't even think because I just moved there with like nothing.
Oh, okay.
So I don't even think I had books to really like, because
Yeah.
you can't move around with those.
No.
So I
You
wasn't
read
like,
like the back of like something.
yeah, just pull it out. But
Let me just grab this shampoo bottle. What is it?
Yeah, the ingredients.
these ingredients are kind of fucked up. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah. Every time I
No,
take
but
it-
he's like, it kind of like hurt for a hot second. I went, ow, like fucking back off, dude. And he was like, he went harder. And I was like, what? And he's like,
Polar
sorry,
opposite.
it like really turned me on when you said that. And after that, I was like,
Nope.
hey, I think you gotta go.
Take your book, please.
Yeah.
Go.
He left a chess set with me because he was like trying to.
Do you still have it?
No, I think I dumped it because in New York, I moved to like 3 different places.
What kind
And,
of calling
okay.
card is that? You left
well,
a
because
chess set?
he kept trying to teach me to play chess, and there's nothing more bullshitty than someone trying to get you to play chess. I think at some point he's like, "Have you ever thought about doing porn?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?"
What the fuck?
He's like, "No, my brother just started to like host a website. And he makes a lot of money with it. Like, I don't know. It was just like an interesting thing." And I was like, "This is never just an interesting thing conversation."
No. Yeah, it's going somewhere.
So where do you want this to go? And I think maybe you need to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Well-
was another weird fucked up one. I went out all the way to fucking Long Island
I'm
for a
so
date.
stuck on chess set. Like, that's crazy.
No, he kept trying to teach me how to play chess. And like,
play
I'm sorry,
checkers.
I'm smart and all, I guess, but I'm not gonna sit here and fucking play chess with you. Like, I don't give a shit.
I know how to play chess.
I mean, I know how
Yeah,
to
fuck
play
yeah.
chess, but
You don't?
No, yeah, I know. But my dad taught me.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Which
everyone
is like
knows.
crazy because my dad is like violently Polish and
Yeah.
somewhat autistic, so I can't
But
believe.
I feel like you think now that I'm violently Polish and autistic because you're surprised I know how to play chess.
I am genuinely surprised that. Like,
yeah, I know how to
it just
play.
seems
I'm
like
not
such
good
a
at it,
very-
but I know how to play and I know
Most
the.
people are.
Right.
good at
Oh,
it.
he was trying to get me to be good at it because he would, and I hate this, and I'm sorry to any.
Yeah, chess fans.
I should say no. Well, I should say because I was going to say something like men have a certain way of teaching that I don't appreciate, and I don't know if it's a man thing. But
Was he
they'll-
mansplaining.
It's mixture of mansplaining and because like Jonathan would do it to me too, where he'd try and teach me a new thing like chess or I don't know, Magic the Gathering, something, or like a card game.
That's cool.
Beat the shit out of me in it. Like, and then go backwards and tell me all of the shitty things I did wrong.
Oh God.
And
yeah,
then,
it's not really. I don't know.
It's not helpful.
At all, yeah.
And it sucks. Kevin's actually pretty good at it because we did that last Super Bowl.
Play Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, well, because Logan Arcade always does something, and you can do like a one-off D&D, or they have Magic like tables.
I don't go there enough. That bar is so sick.
Oh, it's so
That's
fun.
Like
We were there
only
last
arcade
night.
bar I like in the
Yeah.
city anymore. That's like the only one left I think is cool.
Oh, I was so sad. They had a Japanese game where you would flip a table.
What?
And like that was the game. You just had different levels of different ways that you had to like flip a table, and one of them was like because you could like tap the bottom of it, and you were haunting your own funeral. And then people would come up to pray over you, and you'd like shake the table, and they'd be like, "Oh!" And you'd get points for like how subtly you
it's
could
like the arcade.
scare.
It's like an arcade.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
I went there once. They had
very
all these Japanese games that were
Yeah.
all sick, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
when I went up to the bartender, and I was a little tipsy at this point, I was like, where is the stupid game where you flip the table?" It's like some drunk guy body slammed it because he was pissed at it, and we had it like it broke it, and I was like, "Fuck him!
Yeah, fuck that
Fuck
dude.
him!"
Ruined it.
And Kevin's like, "Did you find out what happened to the game?" I was like, "Some fucking asshole
Yeah.
body slammed my favorite fucking game, and I came here to flip fucking tables." He's like, "Well, there's a couple of tables right over there, baby. You should just start
those.
flipping ass
Yeah.
tables." And I'm like, "No, I wanted to do the funeral one. I wanted to haunt my funeral and fucking
Yeah.
scare the shit
That's a
out of my
sick
family
game.
members."
That sounds
Well, because
so
there was
fucking
different
weird.
levels,
Did
but
you
then
find out what it was called?
no, I don't know. It's a table flipping game.
Table flipping game.
There can't be
wonder,
that many fucking Japanese arcade games
gonna
where
look
you
it up later.
flip
Should
a
Hit
table.
up Galloping Ghost, see if they have it.
They don't have a lot of import games. They have some, but I don't. I mean, like,
I don't know. That place
I've-
keeps expanding, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I've been to Logan
We've been wanting to
Arcade.
go there.
It's really cool.
Yeah, Galvin Ghost is sick as fuck. Oh,
and what's
that place
nice is like you
rules.
can get like re-entry. So if you
Yeah.
buy a
Oh.
ticket, you can go grab something to eat and come right back.
Yeah,
Fuck
or
yeah.
you could
That's
go
awesome.
get a little toasted at Brixie's down the street, and then go back over there and be
I
like,
like-
"Ugh."
I'm so happy my poor husband likes to indulge me because there'll be times where I'm like, I want to get a little tipsy and let's go to Target. Like, that's
fuck
what I
yeah,
want to
to
do right now.
Target.
I want to fucking go to Target a little fucked up.
Yeah,
And he's like, all right, let's do it.
yeah.
Yesterday, we almost, because I was like a little toasty, and I was like, we need stuff at IKEA. I want to be drunk in IKEA. Let's fucking go now. And he was like, we don't have like that much time
Yeah.
because we went to the Lavisher show last night. And I was like,
Oh shit, were you there?
No,
You poser.
I got up at 5 this morning.
You
honestly,
poser.
And I'm sick.
They started playing
Poser.
at midnight, and we were like, all right, we've never seen them.
Where do they play at?
G-Man Tavern.
Oh, cool.
And I had never been there, actually. So
Oh shit, I like
we
that
were
place.
like, yeah,
Cool
I did
little
too.
place, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of Long Island. I went all the way out to Long Island for this fucking date.
Yeah.
And this guy, he started talking about, and this is always a big red flag to me when someone's really mad about their old exes. Because
Oh.
I don't have the capacity to be truly mad at any of my,
All right,
like,
well, define mad.
so, like,
Like if he's
I'm still-
visibly like getting angry, where he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!"
like kind of physical, or and he was telling me like we get out there and he was like at this point, like especially when I met Kevin, I had so many exes and been on so many dates that like I'm not one of those people that I'm going to doctor my stories because
Sure. What's the point?
yeah, I'm not gonna be like a friend and I were doing this, and I mean like one of my ex-boyfriends, or I went on this date. I'm not gonna be like hanging out with some friends.
Yeah.
And so like I get it, like exes
Sure.
come up, and
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
or you know, you have fun stories. Like I'm never
Mm-hmm.
bothered by those, but then there'll be these, and he was like talking, and it's always like she owes me money, which I'm like fucking man. Like I dated someone who made way much more, like a ton more money than I did.
Yeah.
And like he could have come after me for money, but he didn't because I'm just not an asshole.
Sure.
But he was like, she owes me all this fucking money, and like, you know, I punched a hole in the wall, and I'm like, definitely not first date material,
Fuck
dude.
that.
Let's dial that back. And he was like getting like physically, like starting to get
puff
kind of
it
like,
up and
yeah. And I was like, whoa, buddy, no.
That's weird. I don't think I've ever experienced that
Because it doesn't happen the opposite way, I can imagine too often.
with women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I've met some people that are pissed or very salty about their exes, but
But they're not
Yeah,
like
but like
riled up, right? Like,
riled up. Because like,
yeah.
there was this other guy I dated for a while who like he had been abused as a kid. So then like he always thought someone was like after him. Okay. So like there was never normal interaction. Like you could say something totally normal and he'd fucking lose it.
Whoa.
Like on a whim and start to get like mad.
Yeah.
And I've dated guys with like slight
anger issues.
And well, my ex in New York was a little bit, and like he would, I mean, when someone is 6'4" and getting like door slamming angry,
that's a little scary. Yeah.
It's spooky. Like I never felt.
I'm spooked.
I'm a little spooked.
I'm flipping the table right now.
Yeah.
I hope to someday flip a table for real. It's just one of my.
I'm about to find what that fucking game is because it sounds sick as fuck.
It was so fun. But yeah, and like people would, like he would like start to talk about his ex.
Okay.
And be like, showed me all this money and like I got in this like accident on my bike and like she was like helping me out, but then you know things weren't working out and like I came out to Ohio for her because she like had to go to nursing school out in Ohio. I was like,
sounds like there's some burdens that he's not let go of yet.
What?
Like why bring that up if that bothers you?
Was that a first date?
Like, that's crazy.
No, it definitely wasn't first date. It was like in like some dates in.
Yeah.
I felt bad because I met him at a show. And that's the other thing, because I know we kind of talked a little bit about this last time, when like you have like really good stories with people, and like everyone's looking for that like, oh wow, we have this like crazy backstory and we have this crazy connection, and it like never works out, or like it doesn't work out. Like I don't think Kevin and I have like a particularly interesting story. We met on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
and
the
that's
long and short of it.
Like,
but then I had like these ones, like I met him at a show and I met him through somebody who was really good friends with like my extended family. So we had this like great connection, like, oh yeah. And he's super funny, older, and then started to kind of see why he was single at like 42.
how old are you?
32.
Okay.
Well, I'll be 32 in March.
How old were you when that was going down?
I don't know, minus 4 years at this point.
And that dude was 42 then? Or
Maybe
now?
he was just turning 40. I don't know.
Okay. Still significantly older. I get it.
Yeah, I did that
Yeah.
a couple times.
That's okay. I mean,
I'm not ashamed of
yeah,
it.
you shouldn't be. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, that is kind of weird. But like, man, I had something I wanted to say. Now I'm fucking having a brain fart. We're talking about anger. Yeah, you know what? I do want to bring up this though. I've noticed now, especially more like 2019, 2020 shit, a lot of people are all about like, I've noticed like a lot of women that I've met are trying to talk to me about my like experiences with my exes. Like they're always
really?
about,
Yeah,
and I'm not,
That's weird.
not prodding me, but like it's never been like, cause I think for a lot of people, it's a very taboo thing to be like talking about your exes to somebody you're meeting. It's like, oh my God, it's like, you can't be doing that. I don't give a shit personally.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to be like, oh, my ex this, my ex that. Not at all. But if somehow we got on the topic of the conversation, if the conversation ended up going that way and somebody asked me a question, I'm somewhat open to talking about certain things, or like with exes in the past. I won't go like on a deep fucking like, hey, here's a bunch of trauma from previous shitty people that I've dated. But,
No, that's what my therapist is for.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't need somebody for that. But if I like, it's like, I'm not completely closed off to that. But I've noticed like on a lot of first dates, like somebody will end up asking me something about like previous relationships. And I'm just like, okay.
In what because now I'm curious, because
like,
sometimes people want to know, like I can see a girl trying to figure out, have you lived with somebody? Because I always thought like
try to gauge it. Yeah.
like gauge like how, like where you're at. Like at your, how old are you again?
I'm 28.
Goddamn
okay.
baby.
Yeah. Well, because, I loved that Kevin had lived with somebody else. Because then I don't have to deal with that shit. You kind of, the first time you do it, you learn some things.
Yeah.
Second time around, you're like, cool.
Right.
Easier.
Yeah. It's a lot easier. And you don't have to, and this is going to sound mean, like train someone to like live with somebody else.
Get them used to it.
Because like I didn't have roommates previously, but I had lived with somebody. So I know my idiosyncrasies in living with me, so I can say like, hey, this is kind of what I'm at. This is my shit. You know, if it's bothering you, like say something or just like fucking deal with it. Like, I don't give a shit.
That's fair.
Because we're both adults at this point. Or someone can kind of see, well, how do you talk about your exes? because how you talk, because like guys that get really fucking pissed about their exes, they get really worked up. Really good indicator that they're kind of like not in a great place or not someone you want to be with.
Clearly, yeah.
So kind of getting that like gauge of like, where are you at? How angry are you about them? And I also, like, I've even talked with other guys about this. They hate when other men say, oh, all my exes are crazy.
Yeah.
And if you start pulling that shit really early.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. So you can kind of like, just by how you talk about people that like things didn't end well with, how do you talk about it?
Yeah.
Can be a really good indicator of what kind of person you are to date.
Yeah, and I mean, I've definitely thought about that too, because I've definitely fished around those waters before to kind of get a vibe on somebody and be like, what is this? You know, what are you about? You know,
well, it's like applying for a job and they're like, well, what's up with your previous job?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why are you leaving?
I mean,
why'd you get fired?
One of my favorite questions to ask is like, when I know somebody and I feel like it's safe to ask this, I always ask, from your next relationship, what would you want to change from your previous relationship?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a killer question. That's original content, dude. Feel free. Anybody watching this, use that. It is a good one. It's just like, if you could change anything, what would you change about it? Because it's like, you can't really change people when you can think about it, but it's always interesting to hear what dynamics somebody might change based on their previous relationship. Every relationship is different, clearly.
Some of the responses you got with that?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Usually it's like, always rooted in some type of foundationary like skill, like maybe better communication is a huge one I get a lot of the time. That's what I usually get is like better communication. Sometimes it's just like, sometimes it's sticking up for yourself. Some women are just like, I never stuck up for myself. And it's like, I hate hearing that. Like, I don't hate hearing that because it's like,
no, I know.
You know, like, it's just like, it sucks. It's like, fuck. Yeah. Like, especially with somebody, like, I've met some women where I'm just like, wow, you're really like the shit. Yeah, and like you totally like have like
you like this. Like,
yeah, and you have like your foot. It's like hard to imagine certain women in situations like that where I'm just like, wow, really? Like you actually dated somebody that like made you feel that way? I mean, not that I didn't, who knows? They could have been a completely different person then, you know?
Right.
I mean, I feel like when I was first starting to date and when I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking the other day about like the shit I put up with and the things I let people say to me.
Yeah.
Cause like I dated my first second ex, I guess. I can't remember which order. Life is so long.
Yeah.
Life is so long. And like at my early college years, like I had not a bunch, but I had 2 really traumatic deaths in the family. Mm-hmm. Kind of 3, like middle of high school, I had one. Just starting college and like middle of college, I had some traumatic deaths that like we don't need to get into, but they were like,
sure.
Like my godmother died of like West Nile.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
Like, and she was in like a coma for like 30 days and they finally had to like make the decision to like pull it. So that was pretty fucked up for me. My freshman year of college. So I was like in a goofy place and, I had a bad, stint of HPV enough where I had to get surgery, like a mini surgery.
Oh.
Like they're pretty common. Like a lot of women have had them. They're called a leap. It doesn't matter. But, so it was like a lot, my first like being that young. And I had a guy that I dated for a while who he was a virgin when I met him. Mm-hmm. Always kind of didn't like that I had dated other guys, which I'm always like, what the fuck do you want?
Like, sorry.
Super sorry.
There's definitely a guy virgin complex for sure that I've noticed with dudes where it's just kind of like they want to have like, I think some ways it may be emasculating for them to date somebody that like has been fucking around more and they want it to be like, I want this to be this exclusive thing, but it can never be like that because you know, and it's like clearly that's some baggage that they got to kind of fucking figure out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But like he called me a whore in front of like all my friends. He was like, why did you have to be such a whore before I met you? And like I put up with like, and like I actually believed that for a long time though.
Because of that?
Like, well, not just that, but like the way, like if I wanted something sexually and he wasn't like there to like experiment yet, like he'd like make me feel really bad about it.
Yeah, I hate that shit. I hate I always,
like
not to interject,
no.
but I've met a lot of women and they always like, I've met a lot of women where they will say like in my hoe phase. And I'm always like, why do you call it that? Just because you wanted to like have sex with a bunch of people doesn't mean you're a whore. Like that doesn't like, it's such a toxic like way to approach it.
That's true. And I'm kind of guilty of that because like Kevin and I sort of have a joke. It's not a sort of a joke, but because I like mentioned something. I was like, oh, like I mentioned like 2 ex-boyfriends, and this, well, like one of our buddies was like, do you have like an ex for everything? And I'm like, kind of. And I'm like, I dated a lot of people. It's
there's nothing
fine.
wrong with that,
and like, there's
though.
nothing wrong with that. But I was always like, yeah, I sucked a lot of dick, and Kevin did a lot of heroin. Like, whatever, we're good.
Yeah,
Right.
figure it out.
Yeah, we figured it out. And they're like, what? And I'm like, no, I mean, and I kind of call it, I'm like, oh yeah, back when I was slutty or something. Like, I almost say it as a joke now, and I shouldn't, because like I don't feel bad about it. Like, nor should I feel bad.
Yeah, no.
Like, but I think women do also kind of want to downplay it a little bit, because some men do feel threatened.
Yeah.
See, and I get why dudes feel threatened based on primary dude instincts. But the more I always think about it, and if I ever meet somebody that has maybe had a lot of sexual partners or partners in general, part of me like almost prefers that in a way, because it's like, oh, you've kind of figured out your shit at this point.
Yeah.
If you've already, if you've kind of done this stuff and have
yeah.
experimented enough, like you are probably on a path of like, now you're honing in a little more on what you want. And that's like,
and that's what I did.
Yeah. And I think that's a great thing.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, that's totally cool. Now it like freaks me out when I meet somebody and they're just like, yep, I've never had a serious relationship. And I'm like, oh, or like they'll, whatever it happens to be. And I'm just like, oh shit. Like, that's weird. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah. Well, not you, but just like, I mean, not like I don't know, but it's at a point where I'm just like, wow, this is like harder than I thought it was, where I'm just kind of like, well, I didn't, depending on what you're looking for. If I'm looking for a relationship, which I am, it's just kind of like, it's a little something to be aware of,
Yeah,
and I won't always fault it, because not everybody's the same, but like, part of me is just kind of like, well, your first relationship usually doesn't always like last. And it's kind of like, do I really want to be that? Am I really at a point in my life being 28 that I want to date somebody and be their first boyfriend? And it's just kind of like,
A little bit of pressure.
yeah, I kind of want to be like the fifth and just be like, yo, we're doing this. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I feel like that's when Kevin and I met each other. We were like, yeah, no, we know this is it, because we've both been around several blocks.
Yeah.
So, and that was it.
Yeah.
And it made it way easier. I mean, it wasn't a hard decision by any means to be like, yeah, no, this is it. Because at first I was still kind of like dealing with some of my baggage. Like, I even told him straight up when we first met, I'm like, I've seen some shit. I'm working on some shit. So approach carefully. I'm not into you. I just need time.
yeah.
And he was totally fine with it. And that was the other thing. He was totally cool with it. And like, let it happen naturally.
Yeah. Which is usually the way it should go down.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Which actually reminded me, I was thinking of, it just kind of like, like getting all the shit out of your system, or you want to be someone's like fifth or whatever, like serious relationship, and like people who have a lot of partners. We were at a birthday party like a week before the wedding for one of his cousins. Like, they had like a little like 1-year-old kid, and it was like, oh, his first birthday. And everybody the week before was like, oh, Kevin, man, you want to like take us, like, should we drive you to Mexico? Like, oh man, your life's over now. And I was like, I just like took a sip of my beer and was like, yeah, that's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with people that say shit like that? It's like,
and they kept saying it, like they kept making
it's not
the
even
joke.
Funny. Like
enough is enough.
It's kind of when people do shit. When I meet people that are like that and they like poke at other people's relationships, like in front of their significant other,
like
I
kind of want to be like, yo, there's something fucked up with you.
Yeah,
and you're
I wanted
afraid
to be
talk about it.
Like,
oh man, I'm so sorry that you had a baby way before you wanted to.
Yeah,
right.
Sucks, dude.
I'm sorry you didn't like dick around enough.
Yeah.
And like someone locked you down too early. But I was like, first of all, we both have been through some shit to get here. So fuck you.
Yeah.
Second of all, how do you not know that like I was ready to fucking like just date forever and just like have different partners and do career shit? Mm-hmm. Like, fuck you. Like, how do you not know that, like, I'm the one that should be taken to Mexico?
Yeah.
Just because Kevin's a dude, like, I was, like, sitting there, and Kevin's like, oh, we get it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there, I was like, fuck everyone in there. And he's like, okay, babe, style it back again. I was like, fucking hate that joke. The stupid fucking, like...
It is a stupid joke, though. And it's just like...
And I hated it. I hated it. And I was like, and
I'm so
like,
glad nobody I know is like that. Like nobody in my immediate friend group is like that.
no. And like, there's so
Call
many.
somebody out in their marriage like that.
Yeah.
Or call anybody out on any relationship shit, like in front of the, just like as a joke.
Well, and
like,
to
be
see
like,
like, in front of their own wives too,
Yeah,
like
that's
holding
fucked.
their
It's
kid,
come
like,
on, man. Yeah.
yeah, okay. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, don't you fucking talk to me like that.
Yeah. Did you say anything or no?
No.
Nah.
No. I
Probably good.
Played
politely
nice.
smiled. That was like
Yeah.
that was a shitty laugh.
Yeah.
Like, but I was so mad, and I was like, "Fuck you!" Like,
Yeah. I would have been pissed.
I'm
too.
ready. Like, I'm ready. Like, that's where I'm at. We fucking did it. Like, we made this decision. We're excited about it. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. If you want to be miserable, like go do that on
Sorry,
your own.
your marriage sucks.
Yeah.
Which is so harsh.
Maybe
But
it
it's
does.
like-
Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Probably does if he's doing shit like that. I would be
Yeah.
like, listen, bitch, you better fucking get a divorce or figure something out, man. Because
That would have been really good to say at a kid's birthday party.
yeah, listen, bitch. Yeah, it's a great line.
Listen,
And
you know,
listen, you fuck, something like
That's
that.
a good one.
I've been using bitch a lot, and I
Yeah,
really
it's
like
good,
it.
right?
Feels
I gotta
good.
be careful with it more though, because I say to dudes, and I'm like, yeah, I feel good saying it to dudes, but I would never say it to a woman. I'd be too.
Oh, I
afraid.
say it to everybody. I'm like,
Yeah, I wouldn't get a pass on that though. If I'm like, listen, bitch.
Just gotta be cool about it.
No,
Yeah.
there's no way. I still would be too nervous to do that. I'll do it in front
Really?
of friends. I'll be like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, I
Oh,
say it
no.
to you all the time. And like, you say it to me all the time too. So like,
I say all sorts of horrible shit to all my
yeah,
friends.
so
I had a good
that's
conversation.
why you're friends.
Right.
Yeah,
I had a good
exactly.
conversation with this buddy of mine. We were talking about how with like certain friends, like most of my friends, like we just give each other shit. It's like
Yeah.
part of the friendship,
Uh-huh.
And it's the moment that you don't give somebody shit that it's like something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like you clearly feel that way about that if you're not bringing it up, know.
Yeah.
But it
No,
has-
I feel that. I
it has to be a
understand
good
that.
friend.
For a long time, my old boss in New York, he would give me mad shit. And this was several years ago, and he would now be so fired. But he would call me a transvestite for some reason.
whoa,
Don't know how he got into that, but he always just said I was the prettiest man they ever hired.
Oh,
And-
fuck.
First of all, in
Whoa.
advertising in New York, there's a lot of pretty dudes, so I took that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Some pretty ass dudes out there. And
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty dudes.
New York.
I don't know
Just
about New
everywhere.
York. Yeah, I've seen pretty dudes in New York. The
Though,
one day I was there.
if
2
you've
days
ever
I was
been to
there.
Reno and Logan Square, everyone that works there is just like indie attractive.
Yeah.
Like, just this one guy has like the most gorgeous hair.
Uh-huh.
And I'm really fucking jealous. And I have great hair. And I look at his hair and I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
that's pretty hair. And I like told that to Kevin. I was like, one guy has really pretty hair. And he's like, everyone that works here is pretty. He's like, I don't understand like
Yeah.
how one company just has like, he's like, and they're not conventionally pretty, but everyone here is just pretty. Like the dudes, the girls, like they're super cute indie chicks and like cute indie dudes. He's like, what what is going
Yeah, what the
on?
fuck?
Who's in charge of hiring over there?
And they're all so nice. Like we have
Yeah.
never not been treated like, and not like overly chatty. They're just so nice. So if anyone's listening, go to Reno, Logan Square. They're
Yeah.
really good.
Get on a bartender or something,
I don't know the bartender, but they do have like all these awesome VHSs on, because there's like the restaurant part and there's like a little tiny sidebar, and they just like put in movies. And we were like looking at all the VHSs and we're like, wow, I'd watch any of these. I'd fucking watch every single one of these movies like right now.
Yeah.
Like if you put in any one of those. And,
It's all good to go.
yeah. And they only have like 2 beers on tap or something. And then you just get like a pizza.
There you go.
And it was fucking great.
Everybody's hot, good movies, food,
Yeah.
beer.
What more do you want in a place?
I don't know, man. Maybe
There's
it's a little
nothing
bit of
more.
heaven in Logan Square. Shit. It's probably unlike Kohl's, which is just like a fucking...
I just found out Kohl's was a bar, and we're actually now down the street from it. Like,
Really?
it's literally like we're right off of Belden and Kedzie.
Oh,
But
no
if you
shit.
like
Okay.
go right there, and it's like you pop out like right
Damn,
where
that's a
Kohl's
cool area
is.
to live in.
Yeah, we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
We kind of were a little bummed at first. Not bummed, but we had a very specific price range.
Yeah.
And
This did not fit that price range.
no, this did. It was
Oh,
like the perfect thing in our price range, but nothing was going to be perfect in our price range. And we wanted something that was like walkable to everything. Cause like we do so much shit. Like a bunch of our friends like bought like in like Portage Park or a little bit north of the city. And they had these like cute, like, you know, single family homes.
Yeah.
And we have like a tiny condo, but we can walk to everything and like that's our thing.
Yeah.
But we were like, oh man, like, should we have just like moved and like got a house? Like, I was like, no.
Yeah, no. You're right by the blue line.
Yeah. Well, I have to be for work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to live in a city
I
limits.
hate the blue line. I hate all the trains, but.
Fair. Okay.
Except the brown line. I like the brown line.
Gonna pull.
Cool.
Brown line doesn't ever smell like pee. That's what's cool about it.
Find that
Smells
hard
good.
to
Wait,
do.
really?
Yeah, it's because it goes through all these, sometimes, very rarely, but it goes through so many, like, it's all gentrified areas that it goes through.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, blue line coming from O'Hare is always okay.
yeah.
Like, and like the little area that I take it in, it's great.
Where do you get off, like Clark and Lake?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The
So you
Clark
get
and
on
Lake can
California.
smell like pee.
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah.
I-
Yeah, the
the
California
festival.
stop sometimes. Well, not the stop because it's outside, but you know.
See, I get on at the Logan stop and I get off at
underneath there?
California.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like we are like literally like in between both the Logan, but the Logan one's
Oh,
underground.
damn, you live right by she lives probably right by Alex and Jace. They live right over there. Well, Alex lives closer to the Belmont Blue Line stop.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Jace lives right by the Logan Square.
We
line.
almost bought over there too, but
Yeah.
it was like just a little too far from the blue line.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, but we're really jazzed to just kind of like stumble out and be like
Yeah, that's
everywhere.
Go to Kohl's and see some whack shit go down there.
Well, have you ever been to Right Liquors?
No, I
'Cause-
haven't.
Have I dragged you to Right Liquors?
Where's it?
It was right by my old apartment. It was the bar that was also a liquor store. A little too bright on the inside. I don't think we ever went there.
No, we
Actually,
never went. I think I remember going like past it.
yeah, it sucks, and I love it. It definitely has a goofy vibe, and it's a liquor store, a bar. Like the whole bar just like sinks in on itself from years of just holding liquor bottles.
Oh wow.
Because you can just buy anything off the shelf and be like, I want that one. They'll just
Yeah.
start to give it to you. But that's where we start my birthday party every year.
Uh-huh.
And we would get these shots of vodka called Zabrovka or whatever. It's like weird buffalo grass vodka, and it's pretty good. I don't like shots because I'm pussy, but
I don't like them either.
it was like we would get those, but you need a key for the women's bathroom, but you can just walk into the men's bathroom and you can buy Coke in there.
Oh, yeah.
And my last birthday was the first time I've seen a legit drug deal, and I was really excited.
That's cool.
You like walk in, you're like, yes.
Pretty much, I was like, guys, I finally saw it. I saw the
happy
drug
birthday
deal.
to you. Blow up the spot, shut
up. Yeah, sick birthday gift.
No,
Birthday
we
bump.
don't talk about the Coke in the bathroom. But it's
Yeah.
like, because it was like a really attractive, like Eastern European dude goes
sells
in,
Coke.
and
Sounds
then
about right.
Oh,
no,
buys Coke.
he bought the Coke, and then
Okay.
a really grungy older black guy just like
Okay.
followed him in, and I was like, there's something really weird sexually happening in there that like, which you know, I get it. We all have our
Yeah.
preferences.
Yeah. But it's
But-
a drug deal, you know.
Yeah, because then like one guy comes out, a few seconds later, other guy comes
Yeah.
out, and I was like,
Well, you don't want to be suspicious.
We're like, oh my
No.
God, I saw it.
Play it cool.
I was so
On the
excited.
inside.
You
yeah.
walk out now, walk out 2 minutes later so
Yeah.
nobody suspects anything.
Yeah, all right.
Try
Even though
not
that's
to
the cliche
try to grind your
pattern of
teeth
it.
when you're walking out of the bathroom.
Well, it was funny because a buddy of mine and I were there like when I first moved in, and he was telling me about it. Well, he was like, "Oh, my friend said he saw like a drug deal go down in there." And he's like, "But I've never used the bathroom here, so I don't know what it looks like." And he's like, "Okay, I got a piece. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll report back." And he comes
Yeah.
back and he goes, "You would just be on top of somebody in there with a drug deal." He's like, "Cause some guy would like just stand there and sell coke." I was like, "He's like,
like a bathroom attendant.
yeah, but it's like if it's anything like the girls' bathroom, it's just a toilet and a sink. Like there's no partitioners.
Yeah.
So,
So
you're
wait,
just
it's a single person bathroom?
yeah.
Oh.
Man, that's no tack at all. Jesus.
No. Well, and it was just like kind of like one of those known things, and
Right.
but I was excited
Whatever.
that for my birthday I got to see a drug deal.
That's a great gift.
it was a great gift.
Yeah. You
It's
know?
a birthday miracle.
See some shit go down in the wild. Yeah. Fuck.
Because I've never seen anything like that. Like I always feel bad. Like we hang out with some of Kevin's friends, and they talk about all their like crazy using stories,
Ugh.
and I can barely smoke weed without turning into some existential asshole. So
Fuck, we should have smoked here.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
next
have been
time.
able to drive myself home. I would have been
shit, okay.
terrified. I would have been like, Kevin, come get me.
That's fair. I can't drive on that shit either.
I just get too distracted. But
Well,
I did.
speak for yourselves, guys.
No, and everyone's different in that regards. I actually did get a gummy recently from somebody.
Did you eat it?
I tried.
You tried to eat it?
So the first time, I got a little too high, and we started to watch, and I was already kind of drunk.
But off of, wait, okay.
It was a weed gummy.
You ate, what do you?
Part of it, not the whole thing.
Oh, like a half?
It's like a little toe.
Okay.
And we started. Have you ever seen the movie Street Trash?
No, I don't think so.
It makes you feel gross.
Okay.
Like, it's a lot of like weird, grimy homeless murder, lots of weird nudity, and I like got this, like, I would just like curl up. I like curled up really weird, and I would like lean on Kevin, and I'd like wake up a little bit, and I'd be like, no, I don't like this. Just be like,
Not into this.
no. And I'd just like slowly like slump back over and fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then I'd like wake up again and be like, no, it's still happening. And then like crawl to the other side and then just like, ugh. And then the second time, I think I ate too much for it to really be effective. I didn't take a lot, but we went to go see Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, I know it.
Saw all 2 hours of it, but I wasn't high for it, and I was kind of bummed. So
you
I
took
still
a whole gummy, though?
no. I took like I just keep sectioning it off.
One gummy?
It
Was it like a 10 milligram gummy?
I don't know. Someone gave it to me.
Probably that. Okay.
Not her world, man.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
It's just,
know.
at that point, it's like you're not even going to get anything.
No, I took whatever somebody gave to me. I
Yeah.
mean, she said if I would have eaten the whole thing at once, it would have been like a time for me.
Yeah. I
So-
love that shit, though. It's been a
Never
while.
done an edible.
You want
fun.
to? I got some.
No, I'm good.
We'll do it one day.
Not now. I'll pass
No,
out.
not now. I don't have them on me now, but
All right.
you could buy them. We could go to the store and buy them.
You know-
I think.
I'm good.
Now I have the technology.
Yeah.
Technology.
And the power.
When's Amazon just going to deliver that shit?
Soon enough, I'm sure, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Oh man, the first time I had an edible was like 2 years ago,
Oh,
and I had
jeez.
two. We were on tour. We were meeting up.
I've made edibles, but go on.
Have you really? What,
I made brownies.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, by yourself or with?
I mean, my
somebody?
friends watched.
Okay. Did you eat one?
No, they ate them all.
Were they just sitting
You
there
didn't have
watching
one
you
for
make
yourself?
fucking
They
brownies?
They ate them without me.
Oh,
I
that's
was supposed to. What was
bogus.
it?
They were just sitting there watching you bake?
I'm the only one that could bake.
Oh.
My friends are
Put
idiots.
something in an oven.
I'm sorry. It's
My friends are
fucking
morons.
brownies. You
Who
just
were they? Who was it?
call out the idiots who can't bake. I'm
John,
kidding.
Tom. Definitely not Alex. That's the one that burnt a pizza upside down.
How?
Oh, drunk, fucked up.
Dead sober. Her mom just bought a stove. And like we always joke that Alex can't cook for shit because it's true. She's burnt soup to just oblivion, just evaporate it once.
Yeah.
Toast always burnt. And
There's setting. You just. I'm sorry. I shouldn't judge. I almost set our college apartment on fire because I.
she definitely did that a few times in college, like almost like lit some shit on fire. But no, her mom just got a brand new stove. Stoked about it because her mom actually cooks. And yeah, she was having people over, and our friend Jess was coming over. She put the pizza in, and I love it because Jess walks in, she goes, "It smells so fucking good in here." She's like, "You cooking pizza?" She's like, "Yeah." They walk over, look in, and it's just boom, all the toppings, just all the way to the bottom. It burnt a fucking circle in the bottom of the oven that's still there to this day.
Holy shit.
And that was like
Damn.
7 years ago.
That sucks.
It was
I would be
insane.
so pissed.
Oh, her mom was like livid with her.
One time.
Yeah, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah,
I hate to
brand
say
new.
it because also we have a thing called a home warranty. So if anything fucking dies in the first year, like we get it replaced for like basically free.
That's cool.
I am just
Fuck up the
staring.
oven now.
Well, if we fuck it up,
Fuck
it
up
just
the oven
has to
now.
die on its own.
Ugh.
But then I'm like, wow, you know, you're a fucking boring ass adult where you're like, die so I can get a better oven.
Yeah.
I want the one with the air fryer in the actual oven.
They have that?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, fuck.
I've been in a lot of Home Depots and Lowe's lately,
Yeah,
and I
damn.
fucking
Air
love
fryer's like a new
it.
fucking trend, too.
Yeah,
In
It's
cooking.
pretty popular now, yeah.
Yeah.
makes great shit.
One time, I was my first times getting high. I was with Alex at his apartment. We were making frozen pizzas, and he was like definitely baked. And like we both had separate pizzas, And he had them on 2 racks in the oven, and we were checking on mine. It was a cheese, and he opens the oven door, but he pulled out the tray so fast that like the pizza just flew out and like was on the floor. It didn't like flip over. It was like the bottom side was on the floor, like, and we just looked at it. And he was like, and I was like, no, it's good. Yeah, I was like, no, I'll still eat it. And he's like, and I was like, yeah, dude,
just burn off the dirt.
Yeah, it was really sick, but. The first time I did edibles was in Denver. We had a day off because we were meeting. We didn't even start the tour yet. I don't think. And we were staying over at a buddy's house who was in the band we were touring with because they were from Denver. And so we had a day off to just like fuck around and do whatever we want.
That'd be fun.
And like weed wasn't legal here yet, so weed was legal there. And like this dude gave me a gummy, and it was a 10 milligram gummy, and it took a while for it to kick in for me. Like I didn't feel anything. So like. We were out running errands, and Max wanted to go. Max fucking loves he did love Del Taco.
Is he over it now?
He says he is, but I think it's bullshit. But
saying that.
He was like, we gotta go to Del Taco. So like, we're in Fernando's car. The guy, our friend Fernando, we were hanging out with him. And then like, we went back to his apartment after that. I still wasn't feeling anything. And I took another one.
No.
Famous last words.
Yeah. I had the time of my life that night though. I was so sick. So me and Alex was showing Fernando this Russian cartoon that we like called Hen, His Wife. It's actually really fucking sick. And you guys should both watch it.
What is it called?
It's called Hen, His Wife. HEN, his wife. It's really fucking weird, but it's animated by the same company that animated like Rugrats and shit. But it's like adult. It's really fucking weird, but it's sick. You'd probably like it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think you should watch it.
I hate everything, but go on.
But it's already weird watching that sober, but I was high watching it, and I was like, I noticed I started to cry, and I was like, what is going on? And then I'm like, oh shit. I was like, I am fucking high. And like, I couldn't get up from the couch. Like I couldn't move.
I wish I could cry.
Yeah, it was so intense. And like I remember everybody was like because I never gotten that fucked up in front of my band before at that point.
Oh yeah.
Like that was new for me. Nice. So like everybody was like catering to me. It was so nice. Adrian was trying to scare me the whole night. And this is like a small house, like a really small house, like the size of this basement type house. Nice. So like we were in this one room, and Adrian was hiding in the bathroom for like an hour waiting for it to scare me because he was going to jump at me. But like literally like
never got up.
I never got up from the couch because I knew he was there. I was like, I'm not going to go over there. That's fucking dumb. And like he started playing. Have you ever listened to the Pink Floyd album Metal? No. The last song on it is called Echoes, and there's this really weird, like scary part at the end. Like they're fucking around with sounds and shit.
Like echoes?
Kind of. It wasn't like an echo. It was like this weird guitar tone shit. And like Adrian was playing it really loud off of his phone in the bathroom to like freak me out. And then finally Fernando was just like.
The lengths that guy goes for it.
Yeah.
Also, it's just like, that's some fucking high shit.
Yeah.
Like hiding in a bathroom playing something on your phone.
Adrian did a bunch of edibles with me too. So like he was also really fucking high.
No, that logic tracks.
And at some point, somebody was trying to get into the bathroom, like Max, and he was like, damn, is Adrian still in there? And Fernando's like, who's in the bathroom? He got over there, and he's like, Adrian, you need to like get out of there. And Adrian was like, ah! Like trying to scare him, and he like it didn't work at all. And Adrian got really sick that night from the edibles.
Oh no!
Yeah, he kept fucking with me the whole night, but he couldn't sleep. He was like in the bathroom trying to puke and like couldn't do it.
Oh, I hate that feeling. Yeah.
That's what he gets.
So
for
I throw
fucking
up
with
all
me.
the time now.
Oh, do you?
Like I hit a certain age and like my stomach's so fucked up all the time.
From just anything? Or
yeah, no, not it's usually drinking.
Yeah.
But it's like really easy for me to push over into that barfy space.
Yeah. That's not a good space to be in. I know some dudes that could drink like it's their fucking job and they never puke. And like if I drink
sometimes like I can drink like, and sometimes it's like not even like how much I drank, but just like did I eat that day? Because like after the Something Is Waiting show at the Burlington, I threw up all the next day.
I believe that.
Whoa.
I got pretty fucking drunk on accident.
Damn.
I didn't have any dinner. And Kevin saw the pictures of me with Gobo, and he's like, those are fun. And he looked at what's in my hand. He's like, what the fuck are you drinking? And I was like, I wanted to try the black one of the PBR. The PBR. And he's like, that's basically malt fucking liquor, you asshole.
That's like the
you also
PBR Extreme.
One of Gabe's drinks, which I believe was like whiskey.
Whoa.
I mean, and normally, like...
It was awesome.
What show was that? Recently?
I was at the Burlington like a while ago now.
Okay.
It was like one of our last like Chicago shows.
I like the Burlington.
I like it too.
It was fun. And now we're down the street from there, so I'm excited.
Awesome. That's dope. Yeah.
So now Gabe doesn't have to drive you back to your apartment. which that was funny too. Like we're like driving back, and I was like, yeah, she lives down here, and I hear you in the back go, this isn't where I live.
No.
I was like, dude, I know where you fucking live.
No,
You're like, oh yeah, you're right. I was like, yeah, thank you.
I am so sorry. And like, I felt so bad because I like never fucking get like that. And I thought that past apps were good enough for dinner, and then they were not.
Well, you know, you do what you can.
Yeah.
You tried, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
Is it? But like,
Give it your all.
I really, truly did. Because like I've drinking way more than that, but like I like paced myself and had dinner and stuff.
Were you like at like a formal like dinner party or not?
No,
dinner party,
I was at
like
a networking thing.
That's what it was. Yeah,
I was at a networking thing with my old boss because she like really wants me to go work for Apple, and it just like never works out. And I also don't want to uproot my life for like 6 weeks
Fair enough.
to go work for Apple. It's just not what I really want to do. But yeah, and we had like, I thought I had like enough apps, and then I realized that black PBR is like malt liquor.
Did
what
not
is it
know
called? PBR Extra?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. It's just like it's like a tall boy.
I know what it looks like, but it's
with a
got a
black
name
label.
to it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it
remember.
is, and Kevin kept making fun of me for like accidentally drinking malt liquor because
That's fair.
he was like, "How did you not know?" And I'm like,
Malt
I don't
liquor's
know.
sick. What's wrong with drinking malt liquor?
I don't know. We were just
Is-
stoked
You
to
wanna
drink
get a
a
40?
black labeled PBR.
Yeah, that's
Did
what
you
I
have one?
They were fun, kind of, until it
Because
wasn't.
like
I need picture proof.
it was like the only time we saw it at Burlington, so all of us were like,
yeah.
"Fuck yeah, let's do it."
I want to look up what it's called right now.
PBR black.
Yeah, it's well.
Oh, but yeah, like I was like, I haven't had malt in a while, and he goes, "Yeah, you did the other day at the Burlington." I was like, "Fuck you, I get it, I get it. I'm a
malt
dummy."
liquor.
Well, because sometimes he just makes fun of me because like out of all the things that I know, it just something just totally missed me, like drinking malt liquor on accident.
Happens to the best
He's
of
like,
us.
what is wrong? And he felt so bad for me because I like threw up like 7 times.
I
Yeah,
believe
it's
that.
6.5%.
Yeah, well, that's like
That's not terribly bad for
it's
malt
not
liquor.
nothing because like at the same time like I drank like several beers yesterday that were like 8% and just were fine.
How much is like a Mickey's or something? I feel like that's higher.
Yeah, but it's also just like how it hits you. Like it hits you different than just like a regular beer or something.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, you beautiful dummy."
Heart of
Yeah,
gold.
fuck.
That's what my friend said. Because we had someone come and install a bunch of flush mounts because we just had our limit of what we're capable of doing with housework.
Fair enough.
And this guy like came in and did it in like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We had way too much for it, but it was done. We didn't have to fucking deal with
Right.
it.
Yeah, there you go.
And he did it in like 20 minutes. And I sent my friends like, "Man, I feel like an idiot. Like dust hurts me. Like I can't touch anything. Like I can't fucking," and like this guy just came in and fucking did these flush mounts, and it took us like an hour to like get one down and like
Yeah.
try and like not even install another one. And my friend was like, "Hey man, he like probably does that like day in day out. That's his fucking job." And she's like, "Sure, we may have to put you in a bubble. That's fine, but." You know, you're good. Like you have other talents. You're also super pretty. So I was like, I know you mean that as a
That's
compliment,
awesome.
but it just sounds like you're telling me I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, heart of gold, man.
you're so pretty. So I'm just
We're
like,
using the soil camp all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody's just like,
heart of gold.
yeah, oh, that person's got a heart of gold. You know?
Yeah.
That's like in Southern speak, bless your heart.
Oh yeah, that's,
Bless
yeah.
your heart.
Bless,
Bless your heart. It's like you're trying so hard.
Yeah, but you're
It's not working
not-
out.
Yeah, shit.
But bless your heart.
Fuck. How far are we, man?
Very far. 2:45.
Yeah, I gotta
Oh.
go
What time
home.
is it?
I gotta go to bed.
Yeah,
Man,
we
I feel like this
started
was a
winding down.
disappointing sequel. I didn't have as many
No,
fun
it's not
stories.
disappointing. It's fine.
Nah,
I'm always disappointed in myself, though.
That's all of us.
Well, you gotta gas yourself up.
I'm kidding.
Gas yourself up. Yes,
Oh, I will
like
say,
writing down
when I
like
s-
some of these like stories when you like big
Yeah.
trigger. You know?
I should have had a list, and I thought about
just,
it. I was
like,
like, I
shoot
should
me a
make
text.
a list. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say like I have to pee, and I was like, I get up and look at my phone before already 2:45 in. And no,
Yeah.
we don't have time for that. Because I made the joke about crying, and I can't cry. Like I'm really surprised during this whole move process I didn't cry
Good for
because
you.
there was like some real fucking moments.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
you would.
And like we had to call a plumber like a week before we had to be out of our old place. And I was like we had to call plumbers. Like we had a leak that leaked into our downstairs neighbors. So we've had like a real fucking few weeks. I'm like, I haven't cried yet. That's cool. And like I didn't cry like the whole wedding. But I was like, I had some deep sobs, which is
that's crying.
not, but there weren't like tears.
Deep sobs.
Yeah, like they like come from your like stomach. It was weird.
But you're not crying?
No, just sobs, but no
I thought
tears.
sobbing is like excessively crying.
Yeah, it was like that, but with no tears. It was weird. But then like the 2 days after, I was like, because we just partied afterwards. I had two friends who were actually coming in for my birthday. Her and her husband, like we went to this place called the Grove.
Okay.
And we got to meet a possum, which
Whoa.
wow, it was so good.
That's
we like
sick.
met this possum. We went bowling with everybody. We had
Did
like
the possum come with?
no, I wish.
Possum did
God, I
both.
wish I would have taken that possum.
Possums are fucking awesome.
oh, and they're so soft. But
They're
like
fun.
Oh, you got to touch them?
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
They like have this like little critter cabin, and
What?
they have
Where's
like
this at?
oh, it's in one of the suburbs. It's not far from
The
here.
Grove?
Yeah,
I think I know where it's at.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Why am I not go? They had a critter cabin?
Yeah,
What other critters were inside?
so they have like a bunch of cool snakes, and like they were active
nice.
snakes. They weren't just being piece of shit snakes,
Oh.
but they're just like sitting there. Yeah, normally you see reptiles. They're
Right,
just
Yeah.
like
just chill.
they're like half dead asleep, and
Yeah.
you're like that
They're
sucks.
cooling.
No, they were like moving around and like
Damn.
coming to say
so we
hi.
got snakes and possums. What else?
They had a couple of birds. Like they had like those
So far, the
curseles.
possum's taking the cake.
Oh no! I mean,
Seriously.
possum took the cake. Like they had a couple of turtles and shit.
My friend
Okay.
had
They were all,
baby
like-
possums once. That was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, they're like that big.
Who?
And like Alex.
She keep them?
No, she gave him Trailside, which is another good place if you want to like pet animals.
Yeah, I want to pet animals all day. Oh my
Trailside Museum,
god!
that's where it's at.
Oh, so we got to the next day and like we had like been drinking and like hanging out for like days straight. At this point, and I'm like, wake up! I'm like super hungover and just like I was like, everyone's. I was like, okay, it's happening. I gotta cry now. And Kevin's like, no, crying's great. Like, talk it
ahead,
out. Like,
let it
let's
out.
just
Yeah,
let's just
yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, everyone was here. And it was so beautiful. And I got to pet a possum. And he just was like.
Like, all right.
So out of all the
Yeah.
things that happened, we're gonna end on and you got to meet a possum.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I get that.
For
Yeah.
my birthday, he bought me a fucking otter experience at the Shed Aquarium.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
can go fucking
Awesome.
meet some goddamn
Did
otters.
you
With
touch
otters.
them?
I think so.
Yeah,
We
you
haven't
can, like,
gone
high-five
yet.
them, I think.
Whoa, yeah, those guys
I'm
are
gonna
so
high
cool.
five the fuck out of
it's gonna
some
be awesome.
otters.
Oh, you haven't
That's
gone
cool.
yet?
No.
Oh, try
'Cause
and
he was
see
like-
if they'll throw up gang signs at you. You're like, yo, what up?
I don't know any, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
learn some to try and teach the otters.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That's awesome.
That'd be awesome.
It was funny because like I kind of ruined my own surprise. Like a few like half a year ago or something, like we were sitting there and I was like, because they had like the stingray or the ray touch, and I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
I want to fucking touch some rays. Like, fuck yeah, I want to give me every animal and let me touch it.
Yeah, stingrays can't throw up gang signs, so they ain't got no hands.
No, well, I mean with their
True.
tail,
You
they
could
just
flap
like
something, right?
yeah,
That doesn't count.
Little,
They
like-
would get shot up.
otter would get shot
fair.
up though for
Otter
sure.
would definitely
Yeah.
get shot.
But like I was like, because they're like, oh, see our other animal experiences, and I was like, holy shit, you can meet an otter. And Kevin's like, fucking that. Like he's like, stop reading shit. And I was like, why?
straight.
He was like, well, because I wanted to get that for you for your birthday, and he just screams in the car, I want my wife to have an otter experience.
Yeah.
Can't my
all I
wife
wanted
just
to do,
enjoy
right?
some fucking otters?
Yeah.
just
That's awesome.
just screaming. I
Yeah.
want my wife to have an otter experience. It's just
Well, yeah, it's a cool experience. I want an honor experience for my birthday.
yeah.
Just go.
Gift
Just jump in
idea
there.
for the Sierra Bill.
Getting jack shit from me.
I know. I know.
Give you
My
a pack of
birthday's,
smokes
my
on your
birthday's
birthday.
10 months from now.
So you got time to plan. You can go like
I'm never.
hang it-
Yeah, I should be doing shit like that.
How old?
I'll be 29.
go
man.
go fuck with some otters for your birthday.
Yeah, I might.
Or go
might.
fucking touch some possums. They were sick.
I might. That
I'll
honestly,
take you to Brookfield Zoo and we'll go to the kids section and you can hang out with those animals.
that would be sick.
Pet a goat, llama.
Ooh, I want to pet a llama.
Yeah. Just gotta be careful. They spit.
Yeah,
Just don't piss it off. Just don't
they
be a
got
dick.
hooves, right? Llamas have hooves, so
Yeah.
they can't throw up gang signs either. Otters have fingers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they have little digits.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they shred.
Uh-huh.
And they have little hands.
They
They
got tiny
do.
little hands.
Cool,
You see
yeah.
them playing with the cups and stuff?
Yeah,
Best.
I love
they
it.
rule.
There's a Japanese Instagram account called like Ponchan, and it's like these people that just have like a couple fucking otters and like a child.
Yeah, what the fuck? Can you just have otters? Like, how I've seen multiple videos of people that just have an otter like kicking on the couch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Really?
How does
think
that
you
work?
can.
Maybe not in America. I don't know.
A domesticated
It
animal?
depends on where you live. Indiana has really lax laws.
I thought you were going to be like, Indiana's got a big otter
Big otter.
scene down there. Yeah.
They got some otter
Everybody
scenes.
gets an otter as soon as they become.
That would be
citizens of
one
a-
appealing thing about Indiana.
Oh, I
Be
would
the
love
one
that.
appealing
Yeah.
thing.
Just give me a fucking otter. But like, there's the way this otter eats is exactly how I eat when I'm drunk, or I'm
Just
eating.
pawing
Like,
the fuck out of it.
well, it like paws it and then it like dumps it into its mouth. And I was like, and I just like made the connection. I was like, oh,
That's where. Okay.
Yeah.
this is
your
because like also
spirit
with my
animal.
fake nails, it like is harder to like if you're getting like
Oh,
chips
yeah.
or like. I don't know, like the first thing I was thinking was like chickpeas because like I get those to like are
Those
healthier.
are sick nails, too.
Thank
Shit.
you.
Hell yeah. Where'd you get them done? You do them yourself?
Fuck no. I
Damn.
don't do anything myself. Just I'm like, I just put my hands out, like dip my head
Yeah.
back. I'm like,
The
someone
colors are
help
cool. Though.
me.
They look dope.
Thanks. I get them done at Fantasy Nails off of North Avenue.
Sick.
So if any ladies listen out there, you just want some fucking claws because you want to feel a little bit like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool feeling.
you know, the one thing I said to myself when I got these, I was like, if drunk me can get my contacts out, we're golden. I'm
Oh
never.
fuck! I didn't even think of that.
I have a really gross story, but I'm going to tell it because I can.
Why
Okay.
not?
So, because everyone's always like, how do you how do you live with nails like this? I'm like really anything else.
Very carefully.
Honestly, like, I've only fucked my shit up once or twice, and it actually over Christmas break, or like right before the Christmas break, is
This
when I
past year?
finally, yeah. And so I've had them since like 2016. I texted my girlfriends. I was like, guys, it happened. I scratched myself real bad.
Oh no!
I was like,
Fuck.
they were like, what? I was like, yeah. I'm like, I only have like a certain amount of time between this and that. And I'm like, I'm in a Nordstrom's and I went to the bathroom and I just like wiped a little too fast.
Fucking A.
And
Fuck
just
that.
scratched the shit out of myself. And they were like, front or back? And I was
never
like,
thought
Control-
about that.
Control,
Oh,
delete,
yeah. And there's a
about.
front and back. Shit.
yeah.
Fuck.
I've only goosed myself really once.
Goosed?
Yeah, you know.
goosed.
Goosed.
Really?
Google
Nope.
it.
I
Like,
guess.
how does one explain goosing?
I mean,
on
like
a
you just
podcast?
kind of like you goose somebody, a surprise
'cause, you know,
kind of, you know,
goose.
a little bop,
Yeah.
sometimes a little like pinch, maybe.
No.
Goose. Really?
Is that like a sexual term?
No.
No, not at all.
Oh,
No, but like I like
Generational gap there.
maybe.
scratched the shit out of myself. And I was
that.
like, guys, there's blood. There's nothing I can do.
Oh,
I'm in a
man.
fucking Nordstrom's bathroom. And they were like, oh no, are you
yeah.
okay? And I'm like,
Call fucking paramedic.
I gotta be.
Call-
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but they were like, I'm like, you know, considering I've had him since 2016,
It's a pretty good run.
pretty good run.
It is a pretty good run.
We knew it was going to happen eventually.
Playing with fire.
Yeah.
Gonna get
I
burned
was
eventually,
like,
right?
Man, I thought it was going to happen when I was like super fucking drunk.
And it
That
was.
would make sense.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was so
Yeah, that
always
would
when you
also,
least
that'd also be worse.
expect it.
Oh, I got a real good story
Oh yeah.
about being too high.
Go
But
on.
yeah, this is a good wrap up
Did
story
you goose
too.
yourself?
Yeah, technically, but not like
Not really,
harmfully. So listen to this story. This takes place 2 days ago, Friday night, leaving practice.
Okay.
So
Paint
you
the
haven't heard
picture.
this.
What's the hell?
So
Painting
normally
a picture.
me and Nate fucking live somewhat close to each other, so I'll get rides with him on the way home from practice, as you know.
He's your Uber.
But Nate wanted to go see Clay at that blues bar
Yes,
that night.
yeah.
He's like, "You want to come with?" And I was already too fucking high, and I just wanted to go home. And I was
thought-
like,
I thought you Ubered home.
I did Uber home. So I just told him, I was like, "No, I don't want to go. I'm gonna just Uber home." And I did. So I called an Uber, said bye to everybody, give him the Uber. It's this dude it's the one time I want to get in an Uber and not talk to anybody. I just want to fucking zone out. And it's a hike from the practice spot to where I live. It's a
Yeah,
drive, about a
yeah, for
half
sure.
hour, 25 minutes.
Oh.
And I was just kind of sitting there, and the guy was just like, "Oh, you leaving work?" And I'm like, "No, like leaving rehearsal. And then he was just like,
no, never say that.
And he was like, oh, you're, and I'm just like, fuck. And then he's like, what kind of music? And I'm like, heavy music. And then he's like, oh, like this. And he starts blaring fucking Slayer and Metallica. And I'm just it's literally so loud that his car is shaking. It's like that kind of shake. And I'm just like, fuck me. I'm high. I already have a headache. I've already listened to this for the last 2 hours. Like, I just want to go home and I told the dude, I was like, hey, can you like turn it down a little bit? And then he was just like, yeah, he would barely turn it down. And then I saw him turn it back up. And I was like, fuck this shit. So like, I put on my noise canceling headphones and I was just like, I was already reporting him like on Uber through the app. I was like, and I never do that because normally I used to be an Uber driver. Not that bad. Yeah, but I'm like, fuck this. So like,
no, I don't blame you.
This is not even the main part of the story. This is just how the shit leading up to it. So
for the goosing part,
we finally
where do you scratch the shit out of your butt?
Get up to where I live. He's still blaring music. I turn off my headphones.
And this is like gotta be like late too, right?
Yeah. Like, it's fucking late. So it's like I'm just so not having it. I'm like, fuck. All right, see you, dude. Like, fuck this. I'm still high as shit. I have my gym duffel with me because I went to the gym that morning and I went and I had like my coat on and I was on my phone. I was texting somebody and get back into my apartment. I'm like, fuck, thank God that's over. Take off my jacket, looking at my pocket, realize I don't have my phone.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm just like, holy shit. I was like, I just had it a second ago. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I hope I didn't leave it in that dude's car. So immediately I'm panicking. And when you're high, I goosed myself. I thought I goosed, this is me goosing myself. So when you're high and you're panicking, it's just kind of like, it's fucked. It's like,
terrifying.
You don't know what to do. So I'm like, all right. I was like, I guess I'll try calling my phone. So I grab my mom's phone. I'm calling my phone. Don't hear it anywhere. I'm like, God fucking damn it. And I'm like, all right, if it's in that dude's car, maybe he'll hear it. And then I'm like, wait a minute. He was just blaring Metallica and Slayer and my phone's on silent. Right. There's no way this dude is hearing it if it's in his car. So I'm like, fuck, maybe I could contact him if I log into my Uber account. Because, you can normally contact the drivers. Yeah. So, like, I have my mom's phone. I log out of her Uber account. I try to log into mine, but they send you the text security code to your number.
Oh fuck.
So it's just like, guess I can't get into Uber. They don't have any phone support for riders, only for drivers. So it's like screwed. I'm fucked.
That's so
I'm just like,
stupid.
All right. And then I'm trying to figure out the Find My iPhone feature on iPhones that Apple has. I can't log into that. I can't figure that out because I'm high and I'm just like, what? I don't remember any of this login information because all of that is saved on my phone. I don't know where it's at. So I'm literally like trying not to cry. I'm so freaked out. And I didn't know what to do. I had practice with Warforged at 10 in the morning and I was about to be like, hey, I was about to log into my Facebook if I could remember the login info and be like, hey guys, like, I can't come to practice because I have to buy a new phone. And I don't have a computer. Like, I don't even have a laptop anymore. So it's just like, I use this for everything. I have my phone. So I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. Spoiler alert. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm looking everywhere. My mom's up at this point. She's like, and she was like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm high. Like, I'm fucking high. And I'm just like, she was like, all right. She was like, where did he drop you off? Did you return? Because I already went outside once and tried to follow my footsteps, but I was so fucked up. I couldn't even pay attention. I was like, I don't see it. And finally, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to check one more time. I'm walking towards the street out of my alley. I don't know if you've seen. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Out of the alley into the street on a Tallman. I see this little gray brick in the street. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. And I literally have never ran faster in my entire fucking life. I make a beeline. My phone is like this. It's in a gray case. Huge tire tread along it. Oh, fuck. And then I'm just like, oh shit. And then I look, turn around, phone's fine. I'm like, I test the sound, fine. Yeah. OtterBox, fucked. Yeah. But the phone was fine.
Did its job.
Yeah. And I was just like, I literally like almost started crying out of happiness. I was so stoked. And I ran inside. I was like, oh my God, my phone. Oh my God, I found it. Like freaking the fuck out.
Best day ever.
Yeah, literally the best day ever that I did. And I was so worried because I was like texting a couple women and I was just like, fuck, like, and now I actually get to use the excuse, hey, I lost my phone.
Yeah.
And like,
finally.
I'm
It's
really
real.
good about my
It
phone.
really happened. It's like the dog ate my homework. You're like,
Dude,
fuck, it really happened.
I'm really good with my phones. Like I rarely ever. I think
I barely
I've only,
ever see it not in your hand.
exactly.
Even at practice.
That's not true. But
As you slink it away.
yeah, one
So
day you're
you
gonna have
didn't
to
actually
acknowledge-
goose yourself in this story.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
need
did
to
goose myself by fucking up my phone.
No, that's not what
a
goosing
goose.
is.
Oh, goose is physical harm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Not
someone like
harm,
gooses your
but
butt. Like there's like a
Oh, it's a butt thing specifically.
yes.
Oh, I've smacked it.
Ask your parents about goosing. They'll explain it all to you.
Anyway. Yeah,
Goddamn
it was
child.
so.
I kept on
fucking-
waiting for the butt stuff. to
Yeah, so was
happen.
that. I was like, where's
No,
the
there's
goose
no butt
part of
stuff.
this? I was like, there was no goosing.
Yeah, because I'm not an idiot. I don't goose. No offense, but not that anybody is.
You
who
don't
gooses
have
themselves.
extensions on your
I
hand.
don't. Yeah, but I don't goose myself. I don't know.
So you've never like wiped too hard by accident or like gotten your like nail like accidentally like scraped yourself in any capacity?
No. I mean, I don't
I
want to.
I mean, I
nails.
did
Yeah, no.
Short as
previously.
all hell, but
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, that sucked, dude. I was so fucking freaked out, and I was gonna be like, "Wow, this is it. This is how I like. This is how I fuck up my phone. I lose it completely. Like, I'd rather break a phone than lose my phone, because at least then I know I have it.
I guess.
Yeah.
But like,
I've only broken my
because
phone twice. Actually, I've only lost my phone once, and that was actually the night I met my ex.
I've never lost my phone before. I've never literally until
It
then
was
I've never
super
lost
shitty.
it.
This was some lovely quote. When I found all these photos from this night because it was my friend's birthday.
Yeah.
And like we were super fucking drunk. We all went out for sushi ahead of time. And like we got our like hair done or makeup done. Like we looked great.
Uh-huh.
And we were on the Yelp page of this bar for a while, like
Mm-hmm.
dancing on the like they had like a little mini stage because they had like burlesque earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, we're hot, we're gonna get out there. And it's just like two sloppy bitches. It's us on the stage, just like somebody else. And then the quote, or someone just put sometime around 1:30. And so we were on that Yelp page for a long time.
There you go.
That's awesome.
But I had to, because like my friend was like, kind of like, oh, I have this friend, like you guys might get along. And I had to ask her, because he was like being weird, because he was kind of a fucking weirdo. On the general, he was showing me pictures of elk at dinner because he had just gotten back from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. He's like,
Jackson Hole.
have you ever seen elk? And I was like, no. He's like, look. I was like, cool, buddy. Like,
Sick.
there's some elk. That's awesome.
I think that's kind of cool. I would
It
have been
was
like,
kind
yeah,
of
that's
cool.
sick.
Well, then it kind of was
close was
coupled
he, though?
with pretty close. You can get some.
That's
You can
fucking
get pretty.
terrifying.
like knee touching, I
we
love a
can-
good
could he-
knee
could
touch
he-
on a date, man.
Oh no, he
No, I was
didn't.
talking about how close he was to the elk.
Oh.
I don't give
Yeah.
a shit about that.
No, well, but then he started going on about his dead grandfather.
Jesus, guy's really
So-
pulling all the stops out.
Yeah, dead grandparents really turned me on.
I think it turns on most people. That's fair.
yeah.
I get
It's normal, sadness, just generally aphrodisiac right there. It's kind of true though. But then I like not somehow, but like I got like everyone was drinking a lot, and everyone had like 50 pounds on me at least. So
Oh.
everyone was like taller, bigger, could drink more, and they were drinking like they each had 10 shots of whiskey.
that. Ugh.
And I was trying to keep up. I was like really skinny then, like
Puking.
almost like like not like sad skinny,
Rib
but
cage
close.
skinny?
Okay.
Almost.
Rib cage compliment skinny?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But then, so I'm trying to keep up, so I get accidentally super fucked up, and this is the only time I've ever thrown up in a bar. Like
Oh.
I excused myself to the
I've
bathroom,
done it multiple times.
vomited,
Yeah, me
On the
came back
outside, so-
out, and I had to ask my friend. I was like, "Oh, did I make out with that guy before or after I barfed?" And she's like, "I don't know, probably both."
Maybe both. Yeah.
It was a solid both, and I forgot my phone in the bar somewhere. Like, they had to
Did you
like
ever get it back?
no.
Oh, that sucks.
No. Well, and that was like 2011. So smartphones aren't what they
Yeah, with
like. It was a smartphone, but it's not like you had like
Yeah. It
wasn't that smart.
everything
Replaceable
on there.
smartphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess like later I met like all of his friends, and they're like, "Oh, how'd you guys meet?" Like I keep forgetting the story. I was like, "Oh, we met at my friend's birthday party," and then I didn't see him for a while, and then I like met up with him again at a Christmas party, and we just like kind of been dating ever since. She's like, "Oh my god, I know who you are," and I was like, "Okay, cool, what?" And she's like, oh my God, he like fell in love with you that night and just didn't think you'd remember him the next day. And I was like, cool. Continuing to just be a classy bitch.
Hey.
Do what you gotta do, you know?
Megan Miller, classy bitch.
Yeah, hey. Call that the episode of this podcast.
Classy bitch.
Will do. Yeah.
I like that because
Do you want that? We could do that.
You don't even need to do my name, but just classy bitch. I would like that.
Okay.
That's fair. Yeah.
Just
All right.
or just being a classy bitch.
Okay.
Because I did do
That
Hit
works.
by a Bus for one of the episodes.
Yeah, that was good.
Jesse wanted that. We got to think of one for Adam. I still haven't done it yet.
Chasing Sniz.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's definitely
All
good.
right.
Ooh, I'm excited
Text
to
me that.
I will right now.
Yes, please
Yeah,
do.
before I
So I do
forget.
remember.
Well, cool. Should we?
Yeah, we can start wrapping up.
Sweet.
Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, actually, I'm like,
Nice.
I've got
You're prepared
something.
this time. Hell yeah.
Well, because I keep telling everybody, and I'm really excited. They're doing metal movie nights again on March 14th, and it's starting a little bit earlier than it usually has at 11. So
Okay.
it's not a traditional midnight movie, but it's actually on my fucking birthday.
Nice.
So we are like, everyone should go out.
Where is it?
Music Box.
What movie?
They're doing Life Force. So
Holy shit.
yeah,
That's a really
sexy
good how did this get
vampires in
made.
space.
Oh shit! I've never seen it.
According to Jason Mantzoukas, best boobs ever.
Yeah.
Life
Damn.
Force.
So I'm really excited that they're playing that on my birthday.
Nice.
I feel like it's fitting for me. So I'm not saying anything about my own boobs, but I'm just saying I'm really like
Hell yeah.
like 80s nudity and horror movies. I'm super into it.
There
Who
you go.
doesn't love boobs? There's not a person alive that doesn't love titties.
That's true. I'm more of an ass guy, but I do love some good titties.
Oh,
Yeah.
I agree with you though. I like Sorry, something funny about butts and my Google history, but anyways, but yeah.
You want to share with class?
So I'm listening to a podcast about the JFK assassination, and so
I
I'd
was just
never
get the
seen.
buzz.
Hold on.
So I'd never seen the video of him getting assassinated.
Oh, really?
So I started to Google it, and I got served an ad from Oikos yogurt,
Yeah.
and they're like, it's a bunch of sports people, and they're just like, oh yeah, look at that form. He's like 6'2". Look at that bubble butt, and then it goes into like this like auto-tuned rap song, like bubble butt, bubble 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 butt, like right.
This was an Oikos commercial?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's just ass, just beautiful man ass for like 30 seconds.
There you go.
And
Right
then you
bef-
saw JFK get shot in the fucking head.
Yep.
Wow.
But I was like, wow, I'm really into this ad.
Let's go back to the ad.
No, let me just scroll back and see that one more time. Oh yeah, that is the JFK assassination. It's not as, I mean, it's brutal.
That's
But I guess
pretty
I
nice.
And the
expected
grassy
more.
knoll, man.
Yeah. But anyway, so anyways,
What?
I like they just laughed about it. Fair enough.
so people should go out to that because also the guys that do it, they go to a bunch of shows, like
Yeah,
metal
cool.
shows. They're
Cool.
super cool. Three Floyds does it. So a bunch of Three Floyds beer.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'll probably be drunk by the time we get there,
Sick.
but everyone should go. It's a super fucking fun time. Come
Sick.
celebrate me.
Hell yeah. When is it?
March 14th. It's a Saturday.
Oh, is that the same night as Beneath the Massacre?
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if that's going on, I will not be there. But if it's not going on, I might be there.
Fun.
I'm like,
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
oh shit. I feel like there's shows
What
going
I
on.
just heard was fuck your birthday.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you heard the new Beneath the Massacre?
I have not.
Yeah, have you not heard that?
No,
you
I
should
haven't.
fucking hear it.
Okay.
You should too.
I'm good. I heard that 30 seconds and that was enough. It sounded like Beneath the Massacre.
They're so good.
Yeah.
It's on the 14th. That show is on the 14th. I'm sorry, I won't be there.
That's in West Chicago, right?
It is in West Chicago. I'm driving my ass out to that show.
So if you don't want to drive your ass out to West Chicago, come hang out with me on my
So
birthday.
Yeah.
The life and times of Megan.
It's always a fun time. Like honestly, I just use
Yeah,
it
I'm
as
sure
a really good
I would
excuse.
go if I wasn't going to that. For sure.
It's just an excuse to get a bunch of people together. I
Yeah.
never really make it about my birthday. I might be in a hot pink onesie.
That's cool.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. My friends are planning because it's the super soft birthday.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
gotta dress super soft. So
That's soft.
so hot pink onesie is potentially on the table. I definitely have some things that I'm going to be dragging around for this party to make everybody super soft. So that just sounds creepy, but I love it. You know what?
Yeah.
I stand by it.
I'm
going to make y'all super soft.
You heard it here. If you want to get soft, go to that party, guys. Hell yeah.
Get super fucked up, super soft. Come to this party.
That's a good plug. That's a pretty good plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good one.
Fuck yeah.
One of the better ones we've got.
What do you got?
I mean, I'd plug our show, but that's
It has already happened.
yeah. By the time
So
this
thank
is
you
aired.
guys
So
that all
thanks
came
for
out.
Wait,
coming
when
out.
is the show?
We're playing Reggie's on Wednesday with Veil of Noth and Gorod and Wolf King.
Yes. Goat Rod. Really
Yeah.
cool band that we were supposed to play with like a year ago.
Are you going to see Intronaut and Cult of Luna?
No, we haven't. We have tickets for a lot of shows, and I don't remember which ones, but I remember seeing that.
Cult of Luna?
No, the Warforged show, because Kevin hasn't seen you guys live.
Oh, well, this is us. This is Roman Reigns.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
this is our return.
Warforged,
shit.
we just played.
Yeah.
We already played a couple weeks ago. We will have a show coming up pretty soon.
You have something that you guys are working on, right?
Yeah, we're working on putting it together
Oh,
for April.
no, I saw that Roman Ring
Another-
one, too.
I know there's something is waiting, invited to, cannot do because we're too cool for you guys.
You guys have shows all the time, and I can't
know.
fucking make it work.
Should have done it like last month. We had nothing.
Well, sorry. We had something.
We do need to make that show happen. That idea I had where essentially because we're all friends in bands and we play shows together all the time.
Yeah,
And I think it'd be really fun if we swapped out members throughout the show.
that'd be cool.
It'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. See who can play whose parts. Good
Yeah.
or bad, doesn't matter. It'd be
That'd
so
be
much
super
fun.
fun.
Yeah, I would definitely like that.
I really just want to play a bunch of Thieves songs.
Yeah,
That's
me
all.
too, man.
You hear me, guys?
You're not gonna. You got to get picked for somebody else, dude. You got to get picked for like Warforged.
I would do that too.
Would
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
What if I pick my own band? Then I go again.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay,
That's fine.
because I don't want to do that. I want to play somebody else's music.
Should play
I don't think I
Something
have
Is
anything-
Waiting.
Oh,
That'd be
I have
awesome.
something to plug. I fucking gassing myself up. Since November, I've lost 37 pounds.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck
that's awesome,
yeah.
man. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Congrats.
Hell yeah.
So that's cool. That's weird as fuck.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Isn't
Yeah, I'm
it fucking
trying out
hard,
here.
man?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like you don't even notice it.
I've noticed it for sure. Yeah.
I don't notice it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's you. You see
Yeah.
yourself every day. You know.
That's true. Same piece of shit in the mirror.
Piece of shit. Just stare right back at me.
Yeah. But it is cool. That feels really good. So
That's awesome.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell
when
yeah.
you start, I jumped in that whole world pretty blind and like not knowing what's going to work and what's not going to work for what I want to do. And then seeing that, it's just like, oh my God. Like it's fucking whack. Cause every single time I'm like second guessing shit. I'm like, is this right? Am I doing this right? Am I eating this the right way? Am I eating better? Am I actually just like being a piece of shit and trying to disguise it? You know,
Just
but then
listen to Danny. You'll be fine.
he does have some good advice about weightlifting and shit for sure. But everything else, no.
Everything else, no.
But the thing about Danny is that like he just brings it up and then acts like I'm asking for his advice and I never do. And then I'm just kind of like, well, man, I wasn't really. It didn't
you
really
don't like
need to tell me
unsolicited
that.
advice?
He does
Like
have a gun. So you have
we
to
were at
listen to
practice
him.
the other day,
Yeah.
and I had this bag of dried mangoes.
apricots or
It was dried mango from Aldi, and I was just having it. And he was like, "You know that shit's actually not that good for you, Jason.
there's
Did you
a
know
lot
that?"
of
And I'm
sugar
just
in
like,
there.
"All right, relax,
All right.
dude. I wasn't asking you, bitch, but okay."
He's just
See,
looking out for you,
bitch.
man.
Yeah. It's like, I know there's sugar in it, dude. I could fucking read. I'm good. Like,
Can you though?
no.
I've never actually seen you read.
Yeah.
Gotta
Give me
prove it.
something. I get really sweaty and I'm looking at it and I'm panicking. Oh.
Fuck.
All right, just
Delete
to prove
that from
everybody.
the podcast.
Aaron Wheels, I need to prove it to everybody. Aaron Wheels, oh, he's got a weird last name.
Oh, look, you can't read.
Yeah, I can. Fotheringham.
What?
Fotheringham. Fotheringham.
You know what, though? I can't
Aaron
read your
Wheels
shirt, though, and I
fathering
keep
him.
trying to figure out what it says.
Oh, I know what it is. I think.
What is it?
Vitriol.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh. I don't feel
much
so bad. I
fucking-
wouldn't have known that.
I just know because he's been rocking like vitriol merch like
They have the sickest
the
merch,
last
dude.
like couple of weeks.
Wait, don't they have a show coming up?
They just
There
had a
you
show.
came through,
Yeah, that's
That
where
band
I got
fucking
this at
rules.
that show. Yeah, yeah, they play
Oh.
with Vader.
We fucked up. We didn't pick songs for the metal show.
That's next week, right?
Yeah, but we're supposed to announce the songs and the albums.
Well, we could do that as a front after this. We'll just
We'll record it
Yeah.
later. But we never picked songs.
Oh,
Or,
okay.
I forgot to ask Nate. I was
All
gonna
right,
do
well, I'll
it,
pick
but
one for him.
That's fine. You know.
Yeah.
that.
Can I pick one for him?
How familiar are you with which?
Slaughter the Soul by The Gates. Do you know that record?
Nope.
Okay.
Pick the fourth track.
I'm not picking that. We're not going with that one.
Why? What is it?
Because it's not a fucking hit. We got to go with
I like
the
that
song.
you know it, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just
I
pulling
can't
shit
believe
out
you
of my
don't
ass.
know it, man.
Just
You should
fourth
listen to
track.
that
All right,
record,
go with
too.
sixth track then.
No, I know which one we're going to go with. But let's wrap this up, and then we'll do that.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right. Do you got
So yeah,
anything?
come out to my birthday.
Yes.
March 14th.
14th.
Music Box.
Hell yeah.
Middle movie night.
Something is waiting is doing something.
Yeah.
Check out the Facebook. It's all on there.
Yeah, that's true.
Bobo's yelling at me. And next week we're doing the second installment of the metal episode, so that'll be a lot of fun. We'll have Nate back. Always a good
Yeah, the
time.
death metal episode. Hell yeah. Cool.
Hopefully I don't sound as terrible as I do right now.
You sound pretty good.
I sound a little too gruff. Like, it's not good.
Oh man,
I don't notice
no.
Really?
Yeah.
I think in my head it sounds
Yeah, you
weird.
could because you're listening to yourself.
I just feel like
I
I'm
love it when
underwater.
I'm sick. There's like day 3 where I sound so fucking cute. I have like that little gruffly voice. Like
You
it's
know,
like
but-
how I wish I could sound all the time because I fucking hate my voice.
It's like trying to think of the actress.
Oh, who plays like Abby on fucking NCIS or whatever.
No, she doesn't have a gravelly voice though. Like I'm thinking of like I don't know. I'm exhausted. Normally I'm good with that stuff, but I'm brain dead right now.
I wouldn't even know it.
That's because I'm usually just brain dead. That's why.
All right. Well, shall we?
Yep. Let's
Cool.
do it.
Alrighty.
See everybody next
Yeah.
week.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. Thanks for
absolutely.
coming on the show.
Yeah,
There will be more.
Yeah.
We
I
will
love
have you
this.
back.
It's super fun.
part 3 for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Be
bye,
better
everybody.
prepared.
See ya.
Bye. Shitty background music always helps, Bill. So what do I say?
Thanks for
Thanks for
watching.
checking out the episode.
Oh yeah. Thanks for checking out the episode. Rate, review, and subscribe. And see you next time.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's good.